both the best teams from their respective regions, but this is a bit of a composition rematch for Unitas White as they qualified from the APAC region. They had to defeat Team Gameface, who was running the exact same composition that Unitas Blue are running, and that was a nail-biter. They had to reverse sweep 4 games in a row to qualify. If Unitas Blue is better than Gameface, perhaps Unitas White will not be able to outdo them.
Yeah, this is a composition we know Unitas Blue can play, and they play it really, really well, so we'll have to see exactly what happens. Early on, it looks like crowd control in favor of Unitas White as they look to make a setup onto Josito, but Josito doing a good job deflecting early on, taking actually a decent amount of damage. Shadow forced to trade out his Gladiator's Medallion in order to keep Josito alive. Popping out the combustion, decent damage now over onto CMD as they look to reverse the pressure.
All right, let's see if they can get some damage out here. Oxygen denying the kill with Iron Bark. CMD likely to recover. Yask tearing into Josito. Shadow trying to recover with his Avenging Wrath active. His healing will be increased quite heavily, but Josito Jones is cycloned at low health. Well done by Oxygen. Single-handedly crowd controlling the team. Aiden manages to break it up, but he can't deny CMD. Ring of Frost has been landed, and the Avenging Wrath is getting very little value for Shadow as Josito is in a ton of trouble. Temporal Shield ticking away, and he manages to barely recover by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, nicely done by Josito. Good defensive play. CMD now a little bit on the back foot. As you can see, Aiden is really ripping in. He denies him with the Dragon's Breath into his sheep, but unfortunately isn't able to find it. Now CMD, he's in a lot of trouble. He's getting lower oxygen, just has to hold on a little bit longer for that Iron Bark if he can connect that. I think CMD is going to be okay, but in the meantime, Josito also in a very dangerous range. He did manage to hold on to that Cauterize, which is really important.
That was the hand of sacrifice from Shadow, trading one of his defensive cooldowns to save his partner. Yask now being swapped to for a moment. Unitas Blue trying to catch Unitas White off guard, but you are not catching Yask off guard as he continues the assault. Blade storming towards Josito, setting up for crowd control. CMD with follow-up. Shadow will be removed from the game for quite some time as Aiden is now cycloned. It's 3 versus 1 for a few moments onto Josito. Yask tearing in, pummeling the poly. Sharpened Blade active, cutting into Josito as we see Oxygen setting up Cyclone after Cyclone into a bash. Will that be enough to get the Cauterize from Josito? That is the main cooldown they're looking for. They're pushing for it. Will they find it? Blessing and Protection denies it for now as CMD looks to try and remove it as quickly as possible. Now Oxygen in crowd control, and Unitas Blue look to counterattack.
Yeah, Unitas Blue, they're looking to get aggressive. Polymorph and Oxygen, but that relentless pays dividends, allowing him to connect the Iron Bark, and now CMD should ultimately survive, popping his combustion, getting a lot of damage rolling onto Josito. Is around 50% health right now. Gladiator's Medallion trades up by Shadow, but he gets Polymorphed on Josito in a lot of trouble. Forced to trade out his Ice Block, and that is huge for Unitas White.
Big flex by Unitas White. They're significantly ahead on cooldowns, and they may just be able to close it out. Unitas Blue, they're desperate. They're going for the all-in on Oxygen. They know they are so far behind, it may be unrecoverable if they cannot net a kill here on Oxygen soon. Aiden cutting through. Can he single-handedly take down Oxygen? Oxygen bashes Aiden away. Aiden trinkets for the kill. Oxygen jumps, but will it be a safety jump? Aiden in pursuit. Aggressive Blessing Protection. They are all in on Oxygen. This has to work for them. Here they are at 1%. It has to work. Will he go down here at 1%? Oxygen fully stunned, and the all-in is going to work. Unitas Blue were so far behind, but they pull it off with all-out aggression.
Good morning, BlizzCon. What a way to start off our day. A beautiful.
Each games is going to be an elimination series, so not a lot of wiggle room to make mistakes.
All right. Both teams facing elimination. Unitas Blue were so heavily behind in game number 1, but managed to pull off a miracle swap. Will Oxygen not give that opportunity to them once again? Because other than that, they were ahead by all margins. Oxygen in stealth, waiting for Unitas Blue to initiate their attack. Obviously, Oxygen wants to remain invisible to his opponents as long as possible, as he is the most likely target to be taken down. All the pressure will be on him as the healer. CMD sapped up, Yask stunned. Unitas Blue going to begin their assault here on CMD. Oxygen stalls it for now, but Shadow moves in to back him up. If we can see a Polymorph from Josito here on Oxygen, it could be devastating, but he's unable to find it. Yask will disrupt it.
Yeah, CMD did a really good job as well, getting the Polymorph on Shadow. Nice interrupt onto Josito, not allowing any crowd control, and that's what Unitas White needs to do. They need to make sure they're denying Unitas Blue every single step of the way, and so far they have done it. Bash now onto Shadow into a Ring of Frost. Josito Jones once again on the back foot, and if he has to trade out his Ice Block this early on, it's going to be a bit of a disaster. This does look like the ultimate sacrifice will come in from Shadow. Nicely done by Unitas Blue. They had to hold on to the Cauterize and the Ice Block, and they managed to do it.
Yeah, Shadow is managing his cooldowns quite differently than game number 1. We saw Avenging Wrath used at this moment in time in game 1. He's decided instead to use Glare's Medallion in Hand of Sacrifice. Let's see if this cooldown cycle pays off. Big swap to Yosk. Unitas Blue mixing it up as we see a blind attempt here. Yosk could easily be taken down if he is not careful. He's out in midfield. He's recklessly charging forward to try and get a kill at the same time as almost going down. Yosk manages to stay alive with his die by the sword, and now CMD, they left him open. He's got a polymorph over on the Shadow, and Josita will be on the run.
Yeah, definitely Yoski realizing exactly what he needed to do in that situation, and now Unitas White, they're reversing the pressure once again. Hazita Jones, he's getting low. Big damage incoming, and it is the Ice Block forced out. Nicely done by Unitas White, diffusing that situation, turning around the pressure, and getting that huge defensive cooldown, that Ice Block from Hazita Jones.
All right, this is the same game as number 1, Unitas White in the driver's seat. Yosk likely the most liable at this point in time, so they need to keep their attention on him and make sure that he is protected and safe. He's overextended quite heavily right now behind the balcony. This could be a good opportunity. Yosk is trying to pre-Bladestorm a stun, anticipating the attack on himself. They know that he's open. They're going to stun him up, but he Cyclones Aiden right as it occurs. That totally shuts Unitas Blue down, and now Josita is forced to run away. His teammates are continuously crowd-controlled. Temporal needs to be enough. It's a race against the clock to take down Josito. Temporal is now ticked away. Cauterize likely to be triggered here, and Unitas White are looking to tie it up. Blessing Protection denies it for now, but how much longer if CMD can remove it off? The Battlemasters falls, and Josita will get crunched. Unitas White tie it up.
Never able to take this down will be on match point.
Here we go. Game 3 in the first series of BlizzCon for 2019. APAC goes head-to-head with LATAM. Both teams face elimination, and we're all tied up. Hook Point, a close quartered combat map. This will be perfect for Unitas Blue as they are playing an all-in aggressive strategy. Will Unitas fall to the all-in?
Yeah, Unitas White, they needed to do a good job deflecting these all-in attempts. Oxygen gets caught into a Hammer of Justice. Iron Bark trades onto CMD, and he should be able to survive. Once again, Unitas White just doing a great job diffusing that opener. Beautiful, intimidating shout coming in from Yosk, denying all the damage from Unitas Blue.
All right, Unitas White with a great start in game number 3. The aggressive map not working out excellently for Unitas Blue just yet. Oxygen in a blind. Unitas Blue are going after CMD on Mage, still trying to mix it up. Sap out. Good follow-up by Aiden. CMD in a lot of trouble as his Temporal has faded. Josita, though, is getting chopped up by Yosk. Yosk just owning him at the moment. Stunning up Shadow now to push forward to try and get an Ice Block. Dragon's Breath follows up from CMD. Beautiful coordination between CMD and Yosk. That Warrior Mage synergy is going to net them a Hand of Sacrifice, an Avenging Wrath. They get the Spell Steal, I believe, onto the Divine Favor. Shadow's big heal not going to be too big. He's got a lot of work to heal his team back up.
Yeah, Unitas White, they're in complete control of this matchup so far. Josita once again on the back foot. Hammer of Justice on Oxygen as Unitas Blue are looking to reverse the pressure. CMD is getting low, doesn't want to throw away the game. Iron Bar connects. That should be enough to keep him alive, but now with the polymorph onto Shadow, Hazita Jones trying to hold on just a little bit longer with the Temporal Shield, and does manage to do so. Good control once again from Unitas White is going to net them an Ice Block.
Can they keep the chain going on Shadow? Another Cyclone. Can they get a third Cyclone? Josita's going to come out of this Ice Block at incredibly low health. Shadow's going to bubble to avoid interrupts, but Oxygen switches the Cyclone, denying Shadow's further healing. If they can remove the Divine Favor, Josita's going to be in so much trouble, but they're going all in. They say, whatever, we're going to go after Oxygen. We have to make something happen now, but they don't get it. Oxygen denies the kill, and now Shadow is fully polymorphed. Josita is left with absolutely nothing, and Unitas White closes it out in game 3 and advance to match point.
And we have just seen this in
home. Only one loss separates that for Unitas Blue. The stress is at its highest. They need to play perfectly. They need to calculate the all-in and catch Unitas White off guard while their defense is down.
Yeah, Hazita Jones, I think he needs to do a really good job denying Yoski and CMD, allowing Aiden and Shadow to play really aggressive if they do go for that all-in, but they're going after Yoski. I don't know if I necessarily like this, but we'll see what they can get done. Yoski hovering around 60% health, but with no crowd control and Oxygen whatsoever, that damage is going to be completely mitigated.
All right, Yosk jumping into battle stance. CMD setting him up so excellently with polymorphs on Shadow. Josito on the run, but the Gladiator's Maledict is absorbing a ton of healing. Yosk is getting perfect uptime right now on that Bladestorm, moving over to disrupt the counterattack with a double intimidating shout. Yosk is absolutely playing insane here in game number 4 on match point. You can tell that he wants it.
Yeah, that's going to be the ultimate sacrifice coming in from Shadow. Josito barely holding holds onto that ice block. Luckily, the Cauterize didn't proc, but this is a similar story. Unitas White just seems to be in the driver's seat in this matchup. Unitas Blue, they have to figure out something. This is match point. They could be eliminated from this tournament right here, right now. Polymorph onto Shadow. Does he have the Divine Shield? It is going to be the Cauterize and the ice block.
They're going all in.
Cooldowns overlapped here by Unitas.
They're going all in.
But they're going after Oxygen. Can they take him down? It's the Barkskin. Oxygen has to survive. Maledict lands, soaking up some of this healing, but it looks like Unitas White, they realize the situation, and Oxygen manages to hold on.
All right, Oxygen has no Barkskin. If they can switch to him again and crowd control CMD and Yosk, remove their support, Unitas Blue could take this to a game number 5. They have Vendetta to work with. Can they get it? Oxygen gets stunned up. If Aiden can get there, he's not able to. CMD is disrupting him. He shout steps over. They're switching targets, actually. Going after CMD, trying to catch Unitas White off guard, but Iron Bark will be activated. Oxygen is looking like he's going to stabilize CMD, and that was the last major threat from Unitas Blue. That was Aiden's Vendetta. They're only going to get an Iron Bark. They're incredibly far behind at this point. If we see some Cyclones from Oxygen, as we saw on Hook Point, it's going to be the end of BlizzCon for Unitas Blue.
Yeah, Unitas Blue, things are falling apart. Unfortunately, the last setup, the Ring of Frost missed, and that allowed Oxygen to allow CMD to hold on to his ice block. Full Polymorph now onto Shadow. Hazita Jones, he realizes he's in so much trouble crossing the map. Dragon's Breath onto Yoski, just really trying to control up the game, but unfortunately, Unitas Blue is the team that needs to play aggressive in this matchup. If Unitas White can keep denying, keep slowing down the game, that's their win condition.
All right, Hazita Jones trying to take a pause and buy some time for his team. They still have a lot of mana in the bank. They could heal this game for some time if Hazita wants to focus on defense, try and reorganize themselves for another attack. They still have that opening that Zico pointed out with double Relentless. This means that Yosk and Oxygen cannot choose to escape crowd control immediately, which is perfect for Unitas Blue to exploit. Shadow has to Divine Shield out of Polymorph, but it may not even be enough. Hazita Jones holds on by a thread. BlizzCon holds on by a thread. Blessing of Sacrifice available for Shadow just in the nick of time as they set up for damage on Yosk. In this attempt, they do manage to at least pull Iron Bark from Oxygen. They're managing to get something for their efforts, but they fall further behind.
Yeah, Unitas Blue, I mean, they use the combustion there. It just feels like they can't get anything going. Oxygen's positioning just makes it really difficult right now for Hazita Jones. Unitas White riding that momentum. Hazita Jones getting lower. Any crowd control on Shadow will close out the game.
That's it!
And there's the full Polymorph. Unitas White looking to send Unitas Blue home. Hazita Jones barely holding on. Good evasive maneuvers. Gladiator's Medallion, a full blind on Oxygen. Yoski also getting low, but Hazita Jones, he's just running so scared. The full blind lands. Yoski manages to stay alive a little bit longer. Dive of the sword. Can Unitas Blue reverse this game?
No way. No way. Absolutely no way. Unitas Blue, but Hazita, he's still low. Temporal Shield about to tick away. Shadow is still bashed. CMD's trying to play for the kill in a 2 versus 3. Aiden stalls it out. Absolutely unbelievable. We're going to game 5 between the sister Unitas teams.
Unitas Blue is not going to let go that easily. We're going all the way to game 5, BlizzCon. Unitas Blue and Unitas White, we only got room for one more of in the tournament. One going to move through and one will be sent home after this matchup right here. The gates are now open.
Yeah, everything on the line for both of these teams. Unitas Blue, are they going to play aggressive like we saw in game number 1? Or are they going to play a little bit more of a conservative strategy like we saw last game? Unitas White, they're going to have to deny them every step of the way if they want to stay in this tournament.
Unitas Blue are fighting nail and tooth to stay on that stage. They just want to stay in this competition at all costs. Hazita Jones pulled off some miraculous defensive play in that last game on Dalaran Sewers. Can he do it again? He's in a 3 versus 1. Shadow going to escape crowd control to reverse the pressure for his team, but he's actually the one who's falling behind. Hazita Jones incredibly low on health at this point in time. Shadow connects some big heals. Hazita Jones going to recover, but BlizzCon is on the line. Their entire year's efforts on the line in one match.
Yep, good denial there by Yoski, managing to find the pummel on the Ring of Frost and then dropping the War Banner for the Polymorph, freeing Oxygen from crowd control, and now it's Unitas White that wants to get aggressive. Stormbolt onto Shadow, but there's no more crowd control to be found, and now Unitas Blue, they're going after Yoski once again, a full blind sap onto Oxygen. Yoski, how are you going to survive this one? There's not too much damage rolling. That beautiful, intimidating shout denies Unitas Blue every step of the way.
Great disruption by Unitas White. Iron Bark is going to stabilize Yosk for a few moments as he charges forward to get the kill. He has to trade down by the sword, though. He's overextended. Rallying cry, very low health, smoke bomb, denying follow-up. That Gladiator safeguard shield, the only thing protecting Yosk at this moment in time, Unitas White blow out their entire defensive lineup in that attack from Unitas Blue, and this is the first time that I will say in this series that Unitas Blue have the lead.
Yeah, Unitas Blue there looking good. Yoski, what is he gonna do? He has to really balance defense and offense in this situation. They're actually going after Aiden instead. Polymorph over onto Shadow. Aiden trades out the evasion. He's got no more defensive cooldowns. He's used quite a bit to get aggressive in this match, and I think Unitas Pyro, they really want to punish that.
Greater Pyro attempt there by CMD, not able to find it, but Aiden is still low. He's pushing forward. Yoski's trying to punish this aggression from Aiden. Will he be able to force him back? They're not winning the mage race onto Josito, so they're trying to catch a target off guard. Shadow has more than enough options. Shadow is charging forward. He gets intercepted. Oxygen sneaks away in stealth to avoid Hammer for a few moments, and then pre-Iron Barks it. Nice read by Oxygen. Yosk, though, he's on the run, leaping to safety to Warband in the follow-up, disarming the Rogue. Yosk playing out of his mind in terms of defense, but it may not matter if Unitas Blue can overwhelm him with pressure.
Uh-oh, Aiden is in a lot of trouble. Shadow, he's going to have to keep him alive. He does have the Divine Shield, of course, and the Ultimate Sacrifice, so there is cooldowns, and maybe Unitas White, they're wasting too much time onto Aiden. I think they have to go back onto Josito Jones, get control of this game. That's what they found success in game number 2 and game number 3. Once again, Unitas Blue, they're going after Yoski. They want to overextend him in this game, pull him away from Oxygen. That way, Oxygen has to push forward, and it's much easier for them to get crowd control.
Big push here from Unitas White. This is match point. Josito Jones shuts them down with a double Dragon's Breath, but ultimately, will they get the follow-up? They do. Cyclones on Shadow into a full polymorph. How are they going to deal with the crowd control? They have options, but they can't afford to make a mistake with them. Josito is trying to hold out without trading too many significant cooldowns, but it may be a risky decision at this point in time as he hovers below 50%. It doesn't matter. Aiden's making the power play. Full blind. Yosk is in trouble. It's match point. Unitas White face elimination. Can Yosk protect himself? Leaping back to the pillar. Spell reflecting some spells to avoid death, but Shadow and Aiden are in hot pursuit. Iron Bark may not be enough if Unitas Blue can chop through it. Oxygen is doing everything that he can in these final moments to keep Yosk alive. Unitas is blue. Their damage, it's just not stopping. CMD trying to stall it with the Dragon's Breath, buying a few moments, and somehow, some way, Yosk makes it out.
Yep, Yoski manages to survive. Beautifully done there by Oxygen. Evasive maneuvers. And now, right now, Unitas White, they need to get aggressive. Right, you can see CMD setting up his team. There's a polymorph over onto Shadow. Ring of Frost onto Aiden. They're going after Josito Jones, but he still has to cauterize as well as the ice block. There's a lot of defensive cooldowns available for Unitas Blue. They might be able to get one right here. Pummel over onto Josito, but the Ultimate Sacrifice trades, and Unitas Blue hold on.
Disarm on Aiden, trying to stall some pressure here and allow Yosk time to breathe. Crowd control has been dropped. Oxygen should be able to recover. And now Die by the Sword is available for Yosk. So if I'm a Unitas White right now, I am brushing the sweat off my forehead. Their defensive cooldowns are back and available. They will be able to deny a lot of kills, and now they have a significant lead. But who are they going to go after? They've been spending a lot of time on Aiden, but perhaps they should go back onto the target that's worked for them in the past, which was Josito Jones. And that does look to be what they're trying to do. Unitas Blue, they're cowering around the corner. They know they face elimination. They are trying to restabilize and formulate a game plan here for the rest of this match, because this is the longest game we've seen between these two teams. I'm not sure they're entirely comfortable. A swap onto Oxygen. He's caught in cat form. Double stun combo. Yosk there to save the day with a triple intimidating shout. Yosk is playing absolutely insane on the main stage.
Yeah, but that being said, I mean, Oxygen, he's used his Barksian. Josito Jones has Combustion. Aiden, he's got the Vendetta coming up. I think Oxygen's going to be in a lot of trouble. If Unitas Blue can just hold on a little bit longer, there's nothing left for Unitas White to keep Oxygen alive. They just have to hold on another 20 seconds for that Vendetta, and I think Unitas Blue, they pull the trigger with it all in, they'll be able to take Oxygen down.
They stun Shadow on his big heal. If they can remove it with a spell steal, he's gonna go for it. Big Holy Light onto Josito connecting, and Smoke Bomb attempt here by Aiden. Maybe a bit of a bait, because the Smoke Bomb, he's gonna respect it. Big respect though, that wasn't the Vendetta. Aiden has a huge opportunity to carry the team in just a few moments on the next crowd control. Vendetta could easily close it out. This match, this is series, BlizzCon is in Aiden's hands. He can pull off with huge damage, but he's falling behind. He may be overextended. He may have overstayed his welcome. Is he going to get chopped up before he can pull it off? Down to 50% and stunned up. Shadow needs to pick him up. He needs to be on point here, but Aiden's disarmed. He's being stalled. They want to go, but they can't. They're being forced back.
Yeah, there's the Vanish. Right now, Unitas Blue, they don't have much time left. They have an opportunity. They push forward. Actually going after CMD. I think this could be a little bit of a mistake. Unitas White, they're completely stabilized in this situation. Dragon's Breath over onto Yoski. Aiden's still low. He's already traded out the Cloak of Shadows and the Evasion. He is the most vulnerable target in this match as they make an attempt over onto actually Shadow. That was just ultimate sacrifice damage being traded out onto him. Unitas Blue has managed to recover. Unitas White, there is the full blind. CMD with no ice block, no temporal shield. Unitas Blue, they might be able to take him down.
All right, CMD with no ice block, only cauterized, but that is going to tick down pretty quickly at 10% dampening. Oxygen is running out of mana. Both of his teammates are in dire situations in terms of cooldowns, but Shadow equally so. Aiden not with much left. Yas going for the kill here potentially. Josita is still low on health. Double polymorph attempt here back off that spell reflect. Now Aiden in a lot of trouble with a 3 versus 1 as his entire team is polymorph. Storm bolted with a cyclone. This could be the game-winning kill. Josita Jones shuts down the whole team for just a moment. Will that moment be enough for Shadow to recover? And it's looking like it will be. Aiden at 10%. Big Holy Light comes in. Aiden Shadow steps over. Stuns CMD. Josita though gets cyclone. He can't support. Temporal gonna tick away. And he is going to stay alive. You can tell this is coming down to the wire. They're facing elimination. They don't want to throw away an entire year's work in this one game. And it's too close to call at this point.
Look at Oxygen. At some point in this game, he's going to have to sneak away and look for a drink to recover his mana. I think he's managed to do so right now in cat form. But Aiden is actually being taken down in the meantime. He's getting low. They're making an all-in push on to CMD. Oxygen recovers just a little bit of mana. Trades out the Iron Bark to keep CMD alive. And now it's Aiden. He has to hold on just a little bit longer. Finally, the evasion rolls up as well as his Cloak of Shadow. So now Aiden is in a situation where he's going to be completely fine. And Unitas Blue can look to get aggressive.
Unitas Blue, I actually can't believe it. They're maybe going to be able to pull it off here. Switching gears, going from all in to more of a conservative strategy, dragging the fight out and trying to find a window of opportunity, which could be here and now if they find further crowd control, which Josita Jones does. Oxygen is polymorphed. He is unable to heal. Yosk is trying to stun Aiden to deny damage while Oxygen sits through it. Then Yosk leaping back to safety, denying the kill attempt from Unitas Blue once again.
And Aiden, he is in a little bit of trouble, but he's the one getting pressure rolling over onto CMD. Dragon's Breath lands onto Oxygen. Josita Jones trying to set up his team, but he gets denied. Nicely done there by Yoski. We are at 21% dampening. Things are spiraling out of control for both of these teams. CMD, that temporal shield doesn't do anything.
No.
They're just shredding through the Iron Bark. Finally, Oxygen manages to find a big heal, and Josita Jones is now on the back foot, Sid.
Unitas Blue just need to keep it together a little bit longer. They need to kill CMD in a 44-second window. Otherwise, CMD will have Ice Block and be able to deny a kill as it immunes damage onto himself. Aiden knows that. It's a race against the clock to stay alive in BlizzCon. They need to kill him here and now. 30 seconds away on this attempt, but Yosk shuts them down time and time again. But Polymorph has been found. Aiden is in trouble. This could easily go down to a 2 versus 2 if Aiden is not careful. Shadow's going to respect it. Oxygen's now blinded up. War Banner stalls the crowd control for a few moments. Now Oxygen is stunned up. 17 seconds away. 16 seconds away from CMD's Ice Block. Can they push for it? Iron Bark, but he gets caught on a Polymorph. The Iron Bark may not matter. 10 seconds away. 8 seconds away for it. Can they gun down for the kill? Cauterize about to trigger. 4 seconds away. 3 seconds away. 2 seconds. 1 second.
Oh my goodness! Oh my God!
Josita Jones, they might be able to reverse it. A miracle for Unitas White. CMD holds on. Absolutely beautiful. And now Unitas Blue, they cannot believe what just happened. CMD just got so lucky, but that was really well played by Unitas White.
Still in trouble.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, Unitas Blue, they're continuing this pressure in the match. Oxygen's almost completely out of mana, and I don't know if CMD can pull that off again.
I think they're just going to overwhelm him. Unitas Blue crush it out in game number 5.
My goodness, we kept saying Unitas White was in the driver's seat, but Unitas Blue just walked right up to that metaphorical car, hijacked it, and stole the CD player for good luck as well. CMD almost able to hold on there, but he's not going to be able to do it. Well played by both of these teams. A fantastic series, and as we see Yas taken down, just think about everything he was able to do to extend time and time again. A good double fear for good luck as well. Yas looked fantastic.
Yosk had an absolutely insane performance. He was the target, he kept kiting around, he kept interrupting all the CC chains with the war banners, but at the end of the day, Unitas Blue, they came back strong and they found the mage window to take.
Yes, it is. And it's the Thug Cleave. It's the move versus the move.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Wow. All right. Well, we've got the compositions locked in. Aztech, of course, Min Poike, Acrolols, and Vilai. These guys have been legends throughout Europe for several years in the competitive scene. Team Medicine looking to cause upset on the Thug Cleave. It's a very high-paced composition.
Yeah, this composition moves very quickly. There's lots of high burst damage and lots of instant crowd control, especially using that Disc Priest with Team Medicine there. Silence coming out onto the Priest right here into that full Mind Bomb. Hunter taking a lot of damage on Vilai, pushing it to maybe get that sap. DR sap from Acro, great job by him. Still lots of pressure going on the Hunter right now.
Yeah, certainly, but Vilai also taking a fair bit of damage. Greater Fade makes him immune to damage for 4 seconds. He has the Dispersion as well, so big defensive arsenal for the Shadow Priest. You would want to have a Shadow Priest on your team against such an aggressive composition as this Thug Cleave, the Hunter Rogue. Looking for pressure right now, full blind into a full trap. This is a good crowd control chain. They force the Trinket, they go for the Smoke Bomb play, though countering over onto Monian as he is dropping a little bit low.
Full blind going on the Priest there from Acro, trying to get aggressive here, keeping the damage rolling here, looking to potentially get the sap out of that. Mind Bomb comes off the blind, maybe potential silence following that up. Still Hunter under so much pressure right now. The spam purges, the spam damage from Vilai. Minpoike looking to push in and get aggressive here with the CC, rooting up Starshine, trying to slow him down, anything to keep Vilai offensive here.
Yeah, we saw Starshine actually touching Minpoike a little bit. He was looking for swaps potentially. Monian though in a little bit of trouble. Good life grip is going to bring him back to his healer's protection as the Discipline Priest is trying to spam our heals, but the pressure is just so high. Step kick comes in. Team Medicine falling behind. Aztech looking to put the first point on the board.
Monian trading out that pet sack, full pet stun on Minpoike right now, looking to get that trap out of it. Nice grip by Vilai, eating the trap with the grip there. Great job by him there. Still Monian forced into that aspect of the turtle. Now lots of trouble here. No cooldowns available for the team of Team Medicine right now. Just one more push from Aztech could be the end of this game here.
Yeah, Vilai showing why he is the best Shadow Priest in Europe right now. Great defense, great offense. His team does have the lead here. Monian, you can see his defensive cooldowns. He had to use his biggest one, the aspect of the turtle, in the midst of that play, meaning that he is now very exposed to death. Do they have crowd control? The blind isn't up, but the smoke bomb is. This is a smoke bomb play onto Monian. The silence comes in. No barrier available right now. Mind bomb to follow up. If Minpoike can push in, they might be able to go for the kill here. Acrolos doesn't have any saps available though, so Monian will survive. Now he goes for the trap, trying to get counter pressure onto Vilai.
Full trap on Minpoike there. Great job by Monian. Vilai trying to get that Master Spell being shut down very well by Starshine. The Priest pushing it now for the full fear off the trap. Vilai locked down on Shadow. No disperse available right now.
Yeah, he does it. He does get the special. That was a close call. Now the mind control as well. This is actually starting to turn around for China here. China's #1, getting a significant set of cooldowns there. The dispersion down, the trinkets down. There's actually a lot of troubles here for Aztech. They're struggling to actually find this kill. Monian's doing a fantastic job staying in the fight.
Yeah, lots of great crowd control coming out from Vilai onto the healer of Team Medicine here. Monian still under so much pressure. Acro using that advantage there, stunning up both of them, keeping them offensive here. Minpoike caught in that trap. Silence onto the Priest, denying the fear there. Great job by Vilai, always aware of what's going on. Minpoike caught in that blind, does choose to trade the trinket out. Trinket onto, or kidney onto Vilai. Vendetta has been committed from Starshine. Step kick on Acro, trying to finish the game right now.
I'm really scared for Vilai here. The step kick onto Minpoike. China looks for the kill. The Void Shift comes out. That is the last line of defense, but somehow, some way, this Thug Cleave still in the fight. Mana is starting to fall down for Minpoike, and they're looking like they might fall behind if they can't get the kill right now. Life Grip comes in once again, mending Barrage. They're doing everything they can to keep Monian in the fight, because if they can, Pika, they will win this game.
Full fear on Minpoike right now. Vilai caught into that kidney shot, trying to get the pressure rolling in their favor right now. Minpoike so low on mana, paints up with use. Kick from Acro, great job by him. Monian using that feign death, dispelling the bleeds. Things are looking really scary for Aztech right now. The Thug Cleave has managed to outlast all these defensive cooldowns, and it could be just one more trap to end the game.
Yeah, both the healers, you can see their blue bars are dwindling, meaning that they will not be able to keep up this fight for much longer. 1 minute away from Dampening, but we're not going to need it to finish this one. There's the Mind Bomb. Monian is out of defensives. The blind is diminishing returns, so a mistake by Acrolos, but it might be enough. Monian so low, the Vendetta, everything's coming in. They're going for the kill here. That was the Maldic push. They don't find it once again, though. Somehow, Zushao on this Priest is doing a fantastic job keeping his team in the fight. Vilai, though, does have that dispersion back up. It still favor Aztech.
Monian under so much pressure now. Dome being used from Zushao there. Great job by him using that preemptively before any sort of CC hits him here. Vilai is still under a lot of pressure. Minpoike 10% mana remaining with no Iron Bark as well. Full Mind Bomb onto the Priest here. Lots of damage on the Monian. Does feign death. Trying to stay alive. Needs to kite away right now. Nice kick on Minpoike, preventing those follow-up cyclones right now. Monian deterrence to 3 seconds. Aspect of the turtle will be available. Will he live long enough for it?
Yeah, it's been a scary game, but it looks like the European roster has done enough here. The aspect of the turtle is the final line of defense, but Monian might just die through it. He's so low on health right now, really struggling to stay in the fight. The cooldowns have rotated back for Aztech. Minpoike doesn't have mana. That could be the final kind of saving grace here for Team Medicine, but it looks like they're the ones that are going to be served up up. Acrylos looking to push in with the kill. There's the step kick. He's looking to finish it off.
This is the absolute last push for Monian here. Full kidney shot on him, does choose to trigger that out. Bash pushing him, and Poike getting aggressive here, trying to get those follow-up cyclones still. Valet under a lot of pressure as well. No disperse, no life swap available, no fade as well. Monian still taking so much damage, trying to stay aggressive, knowing this is the last possible push, and that he will fall down.
What a show they put on, though, for us as well. And you got to be thinking about Aztech.
Trying to attack Valet the entire game, but Thug Cleave is one of the most high damage burst compositions in the game, especially paired with that Dark Archangel from the Disc Priest with the offensive dispels, and priest damage is ridiculous. So I'd love to see maybe a Druid swap after a Trinket, or even maybe if Acro wastes his defensive cooldowns and maybe catch him off guard with a full stun. Right now, Sap going on to Zushao right now, trying to get started on Demonian here, getting the pressure rolling. Starshine instantly turning around with the Groat cheap shot onto Acro. Full kid on Demonian. Pressure is still going. CC chain being followed up by Valet.
Yeah, good defensive fear is going to break that up just a little bit as we see a stun, intimidating shout over onto Mimpoike. Full trap to follow. This is a good opener here for the Thug Cleave, and look at that damage. Greater Fade coming out to mitigate some of it. Vilai grips his healer away, but into a sap. They force the dispersion. What a start for Team Medicine.
This is very, very good now. Not out of the woods yet. Maledicts come flying in from Team Medicine. The deadly poison actually being used by Starshine. They're using that, maximizing the damage, because the Hunter Monian does have a pet with Mortal Strike, so that's a very great little thing there, maximizing the damage they're doing. Great stun onto the Priest there on Zushao. Groat into the DR Mind Bomb there. Kitty potentially coming out onto the Hunter here. Nice dome, preemptively. Full blind on Mimpoike, trying to turn the pressure on here, trying to get aggressive on Valet there. Does choose to trinket that out. Great choice. Usually blind is going to be the most important thing to trinket. It's 2 minutes, lines up well, and that's usually what you can get CC'd most out of.
Yeah, and it looks like they're not going to be able to land the trap because of that, so very nice play there by Mimpoike, keeping his team in the fight. Though look at the defensive cooldowns right now. Vilai has no dispersion. Mimpoike doesn't have his trinket. It's definitely looking good for Team Medicine nonetheless. Pressure in favor of Aztech right now as the Hunter's dropping a little bit low. Is there going to be a Mind Bomb to follow up that silence? There is. Simonian needs to play a little bit careful. Does have the aspect of the turtle, immunity to damage if he needs to use it. 3-minute cooldown. He's trying to hold on to it. Uses the Battle Masters, and now they're the team looking to go aggressive.
Monian could be in trouble here. Does have the Battle Masters about to fall. Full kidney shot on him. No trinket available. Nice grip by Zushao there, trying to keep him alive. Pain Stuff has been traded out. Good trade here. You don't want to randomly die when your Battle Master's health disappears. Kidney shot on Valet, trying to turn on. Nice offensive clone from Mimpoike. 20% HP on him. Very, very scary situation right now.
Yeah, really nice cyclones from Mimpoike, and they actually play that perfect. Vilai was able to mass dispel the trap because of the offensive pressure from Acrolos. They are taking this game into their hands. It could be a 2-0 very quickly here. The aspect of the turtle was forced out. Monian is still in trouble. I mean, the kidney shot, he hasn't been topped off for such a while. This is the problem with the Discipline Priest, struggling to top off his Hunter in this situation, though they force the Iron Bark. Dispersion is back available. Full trap comes through. The Iron Bark will expire momentarily, but with full hearts, Vilai is looking tanky. He goes Void Form up. He's healing for a fair bit right now. Looks like he's the one once again with the pressure.
This is a very difficult situation for the Thug Cleave. The second you start falling behind versus Rogue Shadow Priest, the Druid just starts making a messier team. Cyclone onto the kill target, full bash clone onto the Zushao there, full kidney shot on the Hunter. This could be in the game. Nice DR kidney from Starshine there onto Blade, trying to peel the damage. So much damage on Money, might just fall here.
Yeah, it looks like he will end up falling here. Expertise, experience, Aztech take the second game. That was the Mimpoike we've been waiting to see the entire year. He's now here, ramped up at BlizzCon. Hen on this mage will be looking to shut him down with the crowd control, shut him down with the interrupts, because if he can do that, they will have a lot of pressure with this composition, PK.
I like the mage here. I think the RMP is a much safer choice than Thug Cleave. It's much more reliable and has a lot more consistent spammable crowd control, because the Hunters only have one trap. Mages can spam Polymorph, and they also have the ability to have that Kleptomaniac to spell steal the Overgrowth from Mimpoike, which is a huge offensive play. Right now, Sap's onto Hen here, looking to potentially get a setup here, resap onto Valet. I'd like to see the RMP try to mostly train Valet for the most part here. Sheep shot onto Zushao, looking for maybe some follow-up there. Full blind on Mimpoike, nice mind bomb by Valet there. Full kidney shot, taking a lot of damage right now, uses that trinket there already.
What a great play from Vilai. He saw the Frozen Orb and he life grips Mimpoike on the blind, breaking the blind from the AoE damage. What a beautiful play from the Shadow Priest here, and that is going to give Aztech a good opener. You can see Hen already dropping fairly low, but the biggest thing about that is now there is no offense for Team Medicine. They need to find a sheep on Mimpoike, but they don't really have the stunts to do it right now, and you can see the mana bars, the health bars are very high on Aztech because of that. Now they can go aggressive. They're going for damage on Hen. Here comes the Smoke Bomb play to counter, but the Vortex on the blink forces the block out. Plays everywhere, Pika.
Wow, oh my goodness. Hen actually locked by Acro on Frost, forced to use that Cold Snap Ice Block in the first minute of the game. Very scary situation here. Full on Hen, potentially looking for that kitty shot. Shadowman's getting casted. Zuosho topping his healer.
Nice stuns by Starshine, trying to turn the pressure on, realizing the situation needs to get better fast.
Yeah, all three members with huge plays there. Villi with the grip, Mimpoike with the Vortex, and that step kick as well. Sorry, just the kick on the Frost Skull means they might just win the game right now. Full blind comes in. Is there follow-up? Doesn't look like there's a sap, but Grow comes in instead. Unfortunately, not able to find that sap on this occasion, but the cheap shot, they might look for Cyclones, they might look for anything here. The Pain Suppression, Hen is really not having a good time in this game. He's struggling.
This is brutal right now. We're going to see Aztech start to push in heavily here. Villi is going to come in, spamming those purges on all these shields, silence onto the Dispersers. Nice offensive clone by Mimpoike here, not rushing the kill, taking his time here. Beautiful step kick, denying this, giving Zusho a chance to top Hen off here. Beautiful Sheeps. Great defensive play there. That could have been the end of the world for him, but just a few clutch moments there and everything is fine.
Yep, Starshine not getting starstruck, able to get that step kick onto Mimpoike. They would have lost the game if that had landed, so really nice plays defensively from Team Medicine, but now Cyclone still coming in. Mimpoike is back here. He's at BlizzCon. He's showing up. Kidney Shot comes in. They're able to get the barrier, but Hen actually blinks out of the barrier. Oh no, he has to use his second blink. Now he has no mobility Kai Acrolos. Acrolos going to have full uptime here, Pika.
This is so brutal. The fact that Hen used both the blinks there, it's going to be impossible for Medicine to actually get a good setup here, but they're just going to try to go with raw damage right now and try to turn the pressure on Villi here, but just Hen under so much fire. Mimpoike choosing to instantly trigger that blind, trying to stay aggressive with these clones. Right here, Hen under so much pressure. Mind Bomb onto Zusho right here. Full bash coming in there. Full Kidney Shot on Hen, and this could be the end.
Yeah, that will be it. 3-0 to Aztech, the European squad showing up on the BlizzCon main stage.
Very safe pick, while Method Black going with their bread and butter Mage Rogue Druid here. I think what I'm going to be looking to see here is we will see Method Black tunneling into Blizzo to try to slow down the damage as long as possible until Dampening ramps up high enough where they can warrant training Z-Pi and landing a kill.
Yeah, this is really interesting blind pick here from Wildcard Gaming. Method Black completely standard. They've been winning this matchup as the Rogue Mage Druid the whole year. That was always going to be their blind lock here. So Wildcard Gaming knew that, and they've opted for the Windwalker Death Knight over the Warrior Mage. To see how it plays out for them. Opener here over onto Looney. Doesn't really force too much though. He's just able to trade out his bark skin. Still playing that trinket. Will be fine for now.
Yeah, very good job by Looney. They're not overreacting to the damage there and not using too many defensive clones. So Blizzo under a lot of damage right now. 20% HP on him. Trying to turn it around on the right here. Nice kick onto Shaz. Full blind onto Looney. Chooses to trinket that. Great job by him here. Trading out that Iron Bark right now. Safely assessing the situation.
Yeah, so Method Black, they've set up the situation they were looking for. Looney has no trinket, but instead they are still going to go after Blizzo. Look like the Barkskin trinket being down might be the kill target here, but in the early stages, Blizzo as a target is ideal because obviously if you can force him to run away, he's not dealing damage to your mage, which is fantastic for you in terms of defense. They still have a lot of pressure here though. The Touch of Karma is being held onto for quite a while. Blizzo makes sure he trades that out. Over onto Waz. Waz will not be able to break that Touch of Karma, so Blizzo should be fine.
Yeah, Method Black really choosing to get aggressive early here. I guess they really want to try to get as much done as possible before that Dampening starts to ramp up here. Definitely trying to put Wildcard on the back foot here, but Looney caught to that full kidney shot here. Nice bear form by him, avoiding tons of damage to that. Sheeps coming out onto Z-Pi from Raikou. Good job trying to field this opener here. Double sweep, lots of damage coming in from Wildcard now. Turning around the pressure on the Raikou. So much damage coming in.
Yeah, he was really low there. Can't believe he didn't use the Ice Block, the Vortex. He's able to blink away. Very close call. Obviously, Z-Pi is actually running on that Frost Death Knight as well, so he's increasing the cooldown of those blinks, of the Ice Blocks, basically of all of the cooldowns on Raikou, making him definitely slowed a little bit, which is nice when you're playing against someone of this caliber. Now they're going for triple crowd control once again. No, we see the rake stun from Chaz, Cyclone. There's currently no Touch of Karma on Blizzo, but he's still looking like he's going to be fine behind the pillar with Looney, able to regroup. Raikou hasn't been top for quite a while, and Chaz is spending a fair bit of mana.
Yeah, Chaz actually chose to go for the aggressive Pounce clone combination on a Looney there, but they were instantly just Raikou was put into 10% HP, almost forced into that ice block there. So it looks like the game is starting to slowly stabilize out here, but Raikou is still under a ton of pressure. When the game becomes very slow like this, it's much scarier for Raikou because he's got to deal with a Frost Death Knight on him, a Windwalker Monk. They're very hard to peel, and there's a constant high damage going out. But full kidney shot onto Looney there, out of form. Great disarm by Blizzo, stopping this go here, trying to sheep Z-Pi, trying to keep the damage going here. Good bear form, Looney trying to kite away, getting away from all this damage right now.
Yeah, that was the communication Wildcard Gaming are known for as well. Blizzo calls his disarm, so Looney does not use the bark skin. That is crucial because if he doesn't have bark skin, obviously they can blind for the trinket and they can set up a win condition like that. So Method Black don't get what they want. Once again, Wildcard Gaming getting the better of the trade, and this Windwalker Death Knight is looking good right now. But the thing is, with the Rogue Mage, they want to play for the late game. If they can just stall this out, if Raikou can stay high on health, Chaz high on mana, then they will win in the deepest depths of Dampening. Wildcard Gaming, though, honestly, they've had really good pressure in the early stages.
Yeah, so far, full blind on Looney choosing to actually sit this one into a full polymorph from Riker. Yo, Blizzo's in a lot of trouble right now. Waz all over him right now, looking for that kidney shot. Touch of Karma used very early here. I think that was a great choice there. Could have matched, does pre-Karma the kidney shot here, taking minimal damage here. Bash on Looney, the CC chain is still going. Can Chaz get some Cyclones? Blizzo in so much trouble right now. Only Diffuse Magic remaining. Diffuse Magic, Ironbark, the Maledics are flying in. He needs to be careful.
Yeah, Method Black committed late to that swap, and that can catch a lot of people off guard, but Blizzo not going to fall over here. Uses the Diffuse Magic. That was his entire defensive arsenal. He's actually going for a little swap here over onto Chaz, trying to throw a curveball. It looks like Chaz should be able to survive it, though. Barkskin does have Trinket available. Innovate will make all of these heals free as well, so that his mana bar does not get depleted here. Wildcard Gaming still in a good situation, but Looney is starting to feel the pressure a little bit. 4 minutes in, this aggression from Method Black is paying off, and Looney will have a tough time drinking against this team.
I'm worried about Wildcard right now. They seem like they're really getting caught on the back foot here, and they're getting bad offensive goes right now, but Blizzo trading out that fortifying brew here. Well done by him. In cap onto Chaz here, trying to stop some CC. Looney, step kick by Waz here. Full Cyclone onto Blizzo low right now. Will there be any CC on Looney to follow this up? We will find out in 1 second.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be able to okay for now. Chaz actually gets Mighty Bash first. Both Druids were chasing for it. Chaz wanted that crowd control, but Looney got the better of the exchange. Blizzo's still low. Look how low Blizzo's dropping. If Looney hadn't been able to get the better bash, or the bash first on Chaz, they would have been in big trouble there. They might have had to trade out a Trinket before Blind, and we know that can be devastating against the Rogue Mage composition. Dampening will start in 20 seconds. Both these teams will have to contend with the healing reduction. For the first time we've really seen it play out too much in today's games. Blizzo does have the Touch of Karma back up, so he should be stable, but look at Looney's blue bar. He's almost tapped before Dampening starts.
Very scary here. It's getting so dangerously close now. Looney needs to figure out how to get a drink, but they also have to get pressure going. In cap onto Chaz, trying to get the low team. Touch of Karma used there. Triple leg sweep, lots of damage being turned around right now. Beautiful Vortex on Chaz as he leaps away. Fisting, swapping back to Raikou here. Touch of Death is available. If we see a very big Touch of Death go with crowd control on the Chaz, we could easily see an ice block.
Yeah, Blizzo actually tried to bait Raikou there. I think he had the Transcendence available, and he wanted to get him to use the ice block offensively so he could pop with the Touch of Death. It nearly worked, but Raikou held on to it. We've seen him go for those offensive block plays a couple of times. Didn't choose to do it there, and I think it was the right choice. Now we see Cyclones onto Looney, forcing Blizzo to transcend, pull away. Looks like he should be fine. Fist of Fury does mitigate all damage from Waz in this moment, but Raikou is still doing a lot of damage. Looney is really struggling. There's the step kick. They're looking for the kill.
Wow, lots of damage. Blizzo trying to line of sight the damage from Raikou, kiting Waz away as well. Looney, Blizzo, great positioning right now behind the pillar, trying to restabilize. Blizzo looking to get aggressive here. Chaz, great positioning. Bear forms a preemptive go there. Looking to maybe attack Waz, just trying to keep some sort of pressure rolling. The worst situation to be in is when you start getting triple crowd control by Mage Rogue and there's no offensive pressure.
Oddly enough, both the healers are actually struggling on mana. Normally you'd see the Mage Druid healer pushing away for drinks. I'm super surprised to see Chaz tax this much, and that means Wildcard Gaming want to be aggressive. They're going for Chaz. They want to make sure he doesn't get any resets at this moment of time, because they actually have a very good win condition with that mana bar down. You can see Blizzo. He's going for a Touch of Death. He's looking for the kill. Chaz has no mana left.
Oh my goodness, no mana from Chaz, doing everything he can to run away. Maledics might be available for Wildcard. If anyone can connect to him right now, it could be the end of the world for him. Going for the bash on Uli, turning the pressure around, going for the Cyclone. Beautiful grip by Zpi, denying that CC. Still gets the Cyclone. Blizzo's still so low in trouble here. Trading out the Touch of Karma. Great job by him, making sure to use it on Waz as opposed to Raikou to make sure it stays up the entire time. Waz trading out that evasion. Still so low. Chaz completely tapped on mana. Cooldowns falling out from Waz. Very soon this could be the end.
Yeah, I mean, Chaz was looking for a drink there. Waz traded everything, but they didn't get the drink. Looney was the one to deny. Now Waz in so much trouble. Blizzo also without defensive cooldowns. This has been a cutthroat game between the European #1 and the European #2. Smoke bomb comes in, but the preemptive Fist of Fury potentially denies the kidney shot. What a play from Blizzo, keeping himself in the fight.
Blizzo trading out that fortifying brew, going for the grip. Nice double disorient into the double leg sweep, trying to keep the damage on Chaz. Chaz realizing he needs to get out of there. Trinkets, leaps away. Great job of him waiting for the Vortex. Raikou, temporal shielding his damage, trying to help Chaz out as much as he can. Mana bars are a huge factor right now. Wildcard Gaming with no defensive cooldowns. Full kidney shot from Waz, committing the Vendetta. Lots of damage coming out. No Ironbark removal from Looney. This could be very bad.
Yeah, more over Chaz is drinking. They need to stop that. Let's see how many mana ticks he was able to get. He will have got at least one there. He does get a slither of mana, but is it going to be enough? Raikou forced into the ice block. Method Black are dwindling on defensive cooldowns, and their health bars are going to feel the pain here as Wildcard Gaming have their defensive backup, and they push for the kill.
Waz caught into a full bash into a disarm right now with no evasion or cloak or feint available, trying to get back onto Raikou. Blizzo realizes Waz might be low. He needs to not panic right now. He needs to not throw the game. He needs to make sure he's attacking the right target, keeping the pressure onto Raikou here. Right now, both healers completely tapped on mana. Wildcard cooldown slowly coming back up. Full kitty from Waz. Nice step kick onto the Cyclone from Ludi there. Full clone onto the Z-Pie right now. So much damage onto Blizzo. Does have that touch of karma available, waiting for the right moment to use it, holding it most likely for the kill push.
Yeah, this is certainly the most intense game we've had on the BlizzCon main stage so far. Waz dropping very low. That's going to be the Vanish, his final defensive, but Blizzo also in trouble. Does have the touch of karma. He wants to use that over onto Waz. He's able to. That's redirecting a lot of damage. Chaz has no mana. The kidney shot is the last line of defense, but I don't think Waz gets out of this. There's a full blind onto the trinket of Z-Pie. If Blizzo connects, he lands the kill. Touch of death comes in. This is going to be it. Both players offering touch of death is going to kill him. Surely he actually gets out, and Method Black, there he does go down. We've got a cross kill.
Oh my goodness, so much is happening right now. Raikou, oh my goodness, trying to peel with the icy veins, doing everything he can. Z-Pie, great job landing that kill. They are keeping his team alive and still in this fight right now. Frost Knight versus, or Frost Death Knight versus Frost Mage right now. This is a very hard 2v2 to win for the team of Method Black here. Right now, what both healers are going to be looking to do is try to get a drink right now. I don't know if we will see a res opportunity, but right now the main goal is get mana.
I actually think Method Black, this is the best they could have hoped for, because bear in mind, Looney is not playing Feral Affinity. He has to play Guardian Affinity in the matchup, and Feral Affinity is one of the main reasons the Druids are so good in 2 versus 2. So this is going to be an incredibly close game. Both these healers will be able to sit down for drinks. We're going to have a long one here. I think we should buckle up a little bit, because the Frost Mage, if he wants to win against the Death Knight, he needs to take us to some deep, deep healing reduction.
Well, Chaz already doing a great job winning the drinking battle versus Looney here, but doing a good job recovering here. And as Healing Style was pointing out, the Feral Affinity is so important because when Resto Druids are spec'd into that, they're allowed to do much, much more damage. They have an extra stun, and basically it's like having another DPS in the game, which is a big deal, especially when it comes down to these 2v2s. But I think right now with what's happening, I would really want to make sure Wildcard Gaming is aware of the res potential. It's much harder for a team like Wildcard to get a res off because Raikou has the ability to spam Polymorph, and the team from Wildcard has no ability to do that.
Yeah, so this is going to be really, really interesting to see if Method Black do actually opt for a play like that. They do have the mana lead right now. Raikou counterspells the Cyclone. Obviously, with one damage dealer dead on both sides, it's going to be a little bit slower whilst we kind of wait for the build-up here. Let's talk about the matchup a little bit more. So Frost Mage and Restoration Druid, they want to play like this very drawn-out game, going for crowd control. I'd love to see a few more Cyclones potentially onto Z-Pie, but because Z-Pie is running the Frost Death Knight as opposed to Unholy, he loses out on a lot of that self-healing. We already talked about the fact that they've lost out on damage here, so I think Wildcard Gaming is still advantaged in this, but I gotta say, for the first game between these two teams, we knew the series was going to be good. What a start.
I can't believe it. Waz was doing such a great job cutting away, and the touch of death didn't actually activate because Blizzo died before it went off, but Z-Pie was there to secure the kill at maximum range, so that was ridiculous. But right now, Chaz looking to get some CC offensively onto Looney here. Z-Pie under a decent amount of pressure right now. Like we said, the Frost Death Knight is so good for sitting on the mage. If we see Raikou, he is literally never getting away from Z-Pie. It is almost impossible, and I think Zico would definitely tell you about that later, how annoying that is to fight. But yeah, so basically just trying to keep the pressure, making sure that Raikou does not get out of reach of his kick or his death grip or his stun potentially.
Yeah, Zico, do you envy Raikou right now?
Oh no, it doesn't look like he's going to be having too much fun. And honestly, I think Chaz should, I think Chaz should just go in and try to get some more bleed effects onto Z-Pie, because the best way to get the DK off of the mage is with that pressure. But it's also hard to stop the drinks then, so Looney's got a really kind of tough job as well, keeping his distance there.
Yeah, Looney's got to play a really good game here. I mean, this is huge. Basically, because of the compositions that Wildcard are bringing to the table here, they don't want to fall behind in this blind pick. If they lose this game, then Method Black will have counter picks for the Windwalker Death Knight, potentially even a Mage Lock Druid, which they've been practicing a lot. So Wildcard Gaming winning this game is instrumental to their success getting into the grand finals here. And a lot of that does come down to Looney. He's done a good job so far in the game, able to keep Blizzo up for long enough. Now he's looking for drinks, baiting out Frozen Orbs, and the Frozen Orb being used like that against the Frost Death Knight is actually really significant, because that's a huge snare, and it's not going to come off cooldown as fast because Frost Death Knights don't have that pet.
Yeah, Raikou definitely choosing to value the mana over a little bit of extra pressure on his Z-Pie. this 2v2 so far, it might look a little weird if you're watching this for the first time, but there's a lot of little mind games going on the entire time. Looney and Chaz constantly trying to reposition, giving themselves the best option to get as much mana back as possible. And as we see, it basically looks like a 1v1 versus Zeepai and Raikou, while the Druids are kind of running back and forth trying to just mess with each other. But right now, Zeepai under a lot of pressure, no AMS available, half HP on Raikou, trying to get some pressure. Raikou with 2 ice blocks back right now. Those are huge defensive cooldowns as we see Dampening start to ramp up at 48%.
Yeah, actually we see the Kleptomania there onto Looney's Innovate, so really interesting play there from Raikou. Instead of Kleptomaniaing the Overgrowth, which is all the heal over time effects, he prioritizes once again the mana. Meta Black, they know that that's the way they win this game. They dampen, they play for the mana lead, Chaz is able to get that, and I really do feel for Looney here, because when you're talking about those 1v1s, I cannot state enough what an advantage Chaz has in the 1v1 against Looney, because every single time he re-stealths, he can get a stun from his Rake ability, meaning that he's able to constantly land stuns into Cyclones, which makes it so much harder for Looney, who only has access to that Cyclone ability and 1 Mighty Bash every 50 seconds.
I do agree. I think also just the damage, from the, especially as Dampening kicks up, that just the damage from the bleeds from the Feral Affinity Druid, it becomes actually a huge problem later in the game. It makes it harder to heal 2 targets. So right now, offensive clone going on to Zeepai here, just trying to keep the pressure rolling on him. Chaz finally getting aggressive here, going for the bash onto Zeepai, choosing to trade out that Icebound Fortitude, landing the kick on the Frostbolt there, preventing lots of damage there. Chaz taking a lot of damage in the middle. This is the situation we're talking about, where multiple targets are starting to take damage. Looney was able to get a few ticks of mana there, which is good, but slightly could have been better if he went a little closer to the other side of the pillar there, but still keeping the pressure right now. Nice bash onto Raikou, double disorient there. Chaz trying to get away, realizes he's in trouble. Good Vortex. Offensive clone from Looney there, choosing to use the mana for it. Well worth it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the Cyclone did have its mana cost reduced just a little bit, so it's not so taxing as it used to be. I think it went from about 3,000 to 1,600, so definitely a worthwhile play there for Looney. He's keeping the pressure up, and you can see this is where the Death Knight really starts to excel. It's around about the 60 to 70% dampening point before Raikou will really push through with his pressure. Now they have a little bit of, you can see Meta Black aren't topped off anymore. Chaz still has low mana. Looney's actually sitting down for a drink here. They're trading out the anti-magic zone for this. If Looney gets a big amount of mana here and is able to stabilize, this could be huge. This is a lot of cooldowns invested by Wildcard Gaming here. It's the anti-magic shell, the zone, and the Iron Bark, but Looney has a huge resource off of that play.
Wow, Zeepai still under a lot of pressure right now. Raikou does use that Icy Veins there, the biggest offensive cooldown there. Chaz, good Iron Bark here, trying to mitigate some of this damage. Looney, tons of mana to work with. I think that was a good trade. A little scary, but very, very good. Chaz right now does get kicked on that Regrowth caster. Raikou still under a lot of pressure right now. Full counterspell onto Looney. Great job by Raikou landing that double disorient, potentially looking for any sort of maybe crowd control. We'll see. Raikou still with 2 ice blocks remaining, but no serious offensive cooldowns are up for a while.
I really didn't think I'd be saying this here on the BlizzCon stage, but it looks like Wildcard Gaming are going to take game 1 here against Meta Black. Most likely, it's not over yet, but they are playing such a good game here. You can tell they really know the maximums of their classes. They know what they can get away with. There's a good Cyclone from Chaz, but I mean, it's almost just delaying it right now. Raikou's still struggling to get any uptime, or any distance rather, from Zeepai. Zeepai's dropping low. Looney's struggling as well. It's still a close call, but the health bars are so low on Meta Black. If Zeepai can just stay in the fight, that's a beautiful counter spell though. Zeepai is in trouble.
Uh-oh, full bash onto Zeepai. Looney does go in for the counter bash onto Raikou as well, trying to stop some damage. Looney gets the Cyclone onto Chaz. Both so low. Zeepai with no defensive cooldowns remaining. He needs to land these kicks on these Frostbolts. Otherwise, this is a very, very bad situation, forcing that... Actually, was that a snap ice block from Raikou?
I'm not entirely sure,
no,
but if it was, it could be okay. Thank goodness for that. That would have been disastrous there. That was the Innovate as well from Looney, so that was his big mana efficiency cooldown, and he used it whilst Raikou was in the block to either bait him out of the block or to make sure he couldn't get it purged. Now Cyclone's coming in, but look at Chaz. He has no resources left. The nice little Vortex on Looney as he pushes in for the kill, but this is looking better and better for Wildcard.
Yeah, Zeepai really making sure to always go for kicks on Frostbolt right now. Kicking Polymorph is not very ideal because all you got to do is stop damage. Chaz choosing the Iron Bark and Barkson on himself, trying to kite away. Needs to get mana back. Instantly, Zeepai realizing he's gone, swaps to Raikou, keeping the pressure on Looney, chasing Chaz, giving him no chance at all to recover right now.
Yeah, Looney's playing it so well as well. He's using every single Mighty Bash on Raikou to shut down damage, because we're at 72% healing reduction. There's no point in crowd controlling the healers anymore. It's all about damage, denying damage. Zeepai uses his anti-magic zone to do just that, reducing damage. He also has the AMS back. He also has the Icebound Fortitude back. He is looking pretty on this Death Knight as he looks to execute. There's no ice blocks on Raikou. It's still a close call here. The teams are giving it their all in game 1, but Zeepai looks like he's the one that's going to execute.
Raikou with absolutely nothing left. Maliks are flying in. Good dispel from Chaz here. Is there another Malik to follow up? This could be the end of the game. Chaz landing his Rigo's doing everything he can. Raikou needs to get some polymorphs or something. He needs to kite right now. He's all over him. Zeepai so much damage and he goes down.
Boom! And BlizzCon play perfect mage rogue.
If anyone has the ability to turn around a series, it's going to be Method Black. These people are so consistently solid on the Mage Rogue, and I think they realize here with the Tolveron map choice and everything, the last game felt kind of rushed. It felt kind of forced, maybe not as clean on both ends. It was kind of more just as much damage as possible. But I think we might see a much more methodical, slower paced game than we normally see out of Method Black. Much cleaner CC, potentially more defensive gameplay and things like that.
Yeah, certainly Method Black, one of the reasons that their Rogue Mage is a joy to watch is because of how aggressive they're willing to get. You see a lot of Rogue Mages kind of sitting back, really playing for that dampening win condition, but Method Black aren't scared to get stuck in the thick of it. And more times than not, they will land a kill with that game style. We almost saw in game one. They got a very quick kill onto Blizzo, just unfortunately, Chaz didn't have the mana to keep Waz off. If he can just play a little bit better with his mana bar, I think in this game, Method Black have got it.
Lots of damage going on to Raikou here. Does try to trade out that Icy Veins, trying to get some pressure rolling. Full sheep onto Louis out of no crowd control. It's a big damage here. Nice AMZ traded out from Zeepai there with the Fortifying Brew. Diffuse magic, lots of defensive cooldowns being used here. Touch of Death does get vanished there. Nice job by him. Full bash on Louis. Blizzo is still in so much trouble right now. Gets gripped in right now. Gripped, leaps away. Full clone coming in from Chaz right now. Lots of pressure on the Blizzo.
Yeah, that was a really good pet kick there over onto Chaz to deny the Cyclone. I think if there had been a low Cyclone there, that would have been disastrous for Wildcard Gaming. Again, on top of the defense, that's how they have to play this matchup. Blizzo playing defensively, kiting away, able to hold onto his touch of karma. So really nice plays coming in from both sides in this opener, but I do agree with you. I think Method Black will be happy with that. They got a lot of defensive cooldowns, and importantly, the trinket from Looney, they could even look for a swap.
Yeah. Method Black really using this momentum to their advantage right now. Lots of damage on the Blizzo. Good kidney shot by Waz there. Does use the Vendetta. Offensive Cyclone coming out from Chaz. They're looking to run at Looney right now to get some crowd control immediately right now. Can Chaz get it? Does get bashed. Potentially, Blizzo still under so much pressure. Right in the line of sight of Raikou right now. Full clone onto Chaz. Damage being turned onto Raikou with that Asphyxiate stun. Trades out the temp shield here. Still infinitely in so much damage. Unfortunate disarm there on to Raikou there instead of Waz. Instantly, Blizzo stuck in the kidney shot. Full bash onto Looney. Potential Cyclone from Chaz coming out. There it is. Blizzo using that touch of karma. Still in so much trouble.
Yeah, he can easily die through this one. He's in a lot of trouble here. The Vortex was already used on Waz, so it looks like he's going to be diminishing returns to the Ring of Peace, meaning Blizzo really has his work cut out for him. He needs to reconnect with Looney ASAP, but he is able to find him. The heals will come through, but Looney needs Blizzo to kite away here. He's tanking so much damage, and there's no defensive cooldowns right now. The Iron Bark rotates back up. We wouldn't be surprised to see that on the kidney shots. They do use the Iron Bark. Before any crowd control, I like that play. They were behind, but now they're kind of going for this rotation, using damage reduction cooldowns, using their short cooldowns so that they can hold on to their life.
Yeah, Looney going for an early drink here. I really like this after all the pressure from Method Black has been diffused. I think basically stabilizing right now. Method Black had an insane opener right now, but Wildcard Gaming with just great positioning, great defensive cooldown usage has managed to stabilize here. So right now as the game kind of gets more back into the even pace here, we want to see Wildcard Gaming try to get aggressive onto Raikou here with that crowd control onto Chaz.
Yeah, I think that is really important. And one of the other big differences in this game is that Chaz has actually been playing around his mana. We see a stolen sheep from Zeepai. Nice little play using that Dark Salactum to get crowd control into Chaz. Not only is that good offensively, of course, it also denies Looney having to worry about the Mighty Bash for a little bit. He's able to stabilize Blizzo. Touch of Karma's coming up in 15 seconds. That's kind of what they're waiting for. Iron Bark preemptively as Chaz is pushing in, looking for that crowd control for Method Black here. They're looking to tie up the series on their map choice, their composition choice. Tolveron Arena is a great playground for the Mage and the Restoration Druid. So much room to work with as Looney does get caught out in crowd control.
This is very scary. Looney's really trying much harder to get drinks this game, and it shows, and Chaz is just punishing him for it right now, trading out that anti-magic zone, the Fortifying Brew, the diffused magic. Blizzo actually counting for it right now, stuck in the middle of the map, has no way to pour right now. Karma is available. Is he going to use it? Fist of Fury, great job by him, trying to kite away, running back to Looney right now. Looney, great job being there, ready to keep him alive, ready to heal him up, looking to get aggressive now with that Cyclone onto Chaz. That was actually stolen by Zeepai, I believe. Well done by him. Full kitty onto Blizzo here. Great healing output from Looney here. Does have the Iron Bark available to trade if needed, which is why we're going to see Wildcard right now start running it right.
Yeah, two of the most powerful abilities on the Monk is going to be Invoke Zuen and also Invoke Chun-Li. Blizzo able to kite away. Excellent dancing with death there. Able to stay alive. Now he's stable, and Looney's mana actually isn't looking too bad. Dampening starts in 1 minute. We saw the implications of those healing reductions in the last game, how scary it gets for both of these teams, and they actually have a good amount of pressure here. Raikou dropping low. Chaz's mana is fantastic, though. He's barely moved an inch on that. He's been able to reset it several times. He's been playing very efficiently in this game. Raikou dropping low. If they have to trade out a nice block here, here. It's not ideal, but it's equally not disastrous as they are still applying the pressure.
Yeah, Blizzo's still under a lot of fire right now. Does disarm Waz. Offensive clone coming out from Chaz here. This is a very scary situation here. Looney caught in that full bash now. Hibernate being cast. Cyclone coming out. It does land. Blizzo uses that touch of karma a little earlier there. He does choose to port away and everything, so he will be okay. Waz chasing, gets caught into the asphyxiate stun. Great kills by Zeepai, realizing the danger he's in, keeping his teammates safe there, trying to turn the game back around in their favor.
Yeah, because this was the pick advantage in favor of Method Black, we do have to note that Zeepai is on the Unholy Death Knight, as we talked about in the pre-game, meaning that he doesn't reduce the cooldown or increase the cooldown on the blinks for Raikou. So Raiku's having a lot more pressure in this game. He's having a lot more fun. Zico didn't envy him in the last one, but I don't think any people would envy Blizzo and Zeepai in this game. They're really struggling to have uptime on that Frost Mage. Chaz is having an absolute ball once again behind the pillar, looking for a drink. Touch of Death is committed by Blizzo. He really wants to force something here before Dampening really gets underway, but Chaz actually going to match it, so they do deny the drink, and Chaz's mana is starting to move a little bit. This is where Wildcard Gaming need to push their advantage. They need to start pressuring Method Black so they don't run away with it.
Waz does go for the smoke on there. Blizzo does pour it out of there, uses that diffuse magic, bash onto Looney. Chaz looking for some follow-up crowd control. Does he get it? We will find out. Full blind from Waz, forcing the trinket out there into the incap onto Chaz there, trying to deny the offensive Cyclone. Blizzo running away, realizes he cannot be cloned. Chaz caught in that full Cyclone right now, trying to get aggressive onto Raikou. Half HP on him. Will it be more off the Cyclone? Kick onto Raikou. Disarm onto Waz. Really trying to get aggressive onto Raikou, trying to force that ice block.
Yeah, he really wants to get the double fist of fury there, but Raikou blinks away, meaning there's only useful onto Waz. Kidney shot. Doesn't look like there's any crowd control once again though, so the Iron Bark is going to match that one. No real cooldowns used, but the Vendetta is available. No Iron Bark to match that one once Looney's does expire. Waz taking a little bit of damage. It looks like Wildcard Gaming, they did this in the last game. They started going after Waz increasingly once that healing reduction is in, but Raikou is the guy taking the most damage right now. The Iron Bark going to match that one. Both these teams, honestly, it's very, very close to cool, but Method Black's pressure on this Windwalker Monk is really good throughout the game.
Could be a scary situation for Blizzo here. Does choose to trade out the touch of karma, not knowing if he does have that every man for himself trinket ability. Porting back behind the pillar, topping himself off, using the Ring of Peace here, trying to get aggressive onto Waz here. Offensive disarm being used right now, trying to turn it around. Waz caught into that full bash right now with Faint Up. Good job by him realizing the danger. Full offensive Cyclone right now. Maybe Waz could be a potential kill target right now if there's any CC at all onto Chaz.
Yeah, I think on Tolvaron Arena, it's just so hard for Blizzo to get uptime on Raikou. He's actually going to find some here. Raikou used one of his blinks. He wasn't able to get much distance because he kind of blinked toward the pillar there. Wasn't able to get full distance, but Looney actually sat down for a drink. So Wildcard Gaming still looking pretty good in this one. As you say, openings on Waz doesn't have his Vanish right now. Could be something they look for. Another preemptive Iron Bark from Looney. He's doing a really good job in this game, and actually somehow he has the mana lead. Chaz is the one falling slightly further behind, and Chaz really wants to be keeping his mana high as much as he can on Tolvaron Arena, but because the Unholy Death Knight pet, you can see it chasing him around the entire game. They're doing a really good job of maxing defense and offense. We see a lot of these Cleaves just going pure defense, playing for the late game, but Wildcard Gaming are doing both, and they're doing great.
That was a huge triple leg sweep by Blizzard. They're trying to get some pressure onto Chaz. If we see every time Zeepai has the opportunity to grip Chaz into him, Blizzard is always looking for the leg sweep, and if they will actually stun him in that setup, they will instantly swap him because it's much more effective hitting the healer in that situation because it's already so hard to touch him in the first place. Instantly, Raikou under a lot of pressure right now. Blizzard trying to stop the trick from Chaz. Good job by him there. Raikou trying to peel it away with polymorphs. Good job by him. Waz caught in the bash clone here, out of the game for probably the next 5 to 10 seconds right now. Could be a scary situation if Raikou can't get away.
Yeah, I mean, the jobs that Wildcard Gaming have to do on this map, it reminds me, like, you know, if you have like, if you're working in an office and someone's just wearing 10 hats, they're doing all of the tasks for everyone. It's a bit like that, but all 3 members having to do it. They have to stop drinks, they have to kite, they have to stay alive, they have to play aggressive. There's so many things that these guys have to do. The cheap shot though, this is a big swap over onto Looney. I think he might have preemptively Iron Barked it, so very nicely done by him, but he had to trade out both cooldowns, both the damage reduction, and look at Waz, he has Vendetta.
Man, this is a big moment here. Looney is looking so juicy for the team of Method Black. If they can catch him in a full stun here with that Vendetta, he's got no Bark Skin, no Iron Bark, no Trinket, basically nothing. And we see Waz realizes this is why he's trying so hard to chase him right now. Raikou does have to use that Ice Block there, unfortunately, but they realize the kill is right there. All they have to do is somehow get to Looney, but I don't think Looney's gonna let this happen unless it's right here. White Waz all over him right now. Groat, full, hopefully dodges the basher, grip away from Zeepai, good job peeling him, and Looney is alive for now.
That grip was huge from Zeepai. Once you get that situation, I hate Restoration Druid when you have a rogue on you like that, because as soon as you come out of bear form, it's nights out. That's the kidney shot and that's the kill. So an incredibly important play there by Zeepai, and because Waz went for that chase play, Raikou had to use his first ice block. Chaz is falling behind on mana. Wildcard Gaming, to my surprise as an analyst, I gotta say, have a really commanding position here in game 2. They're looking to go 2-0 up against Method Black if they can continue executing this strategy.
Really doing a great job realizing the dangers of when they can go offensive, when they need to play defensive right now, and instantly they're Method Black finally choosing to swap to Zeepai here as that dampening ramps up. Like I was saying earlier, this is the general strategy. They've realized, okay, let's stop chasing Blizzo. We're losing like this. Let's try something different. Boom, hit Zeepai. It's a great choice. DKs really struggle with self-healing as the game goes on. That strike becomes much less useful. The anti-magic shell becomes less useful as well. And once you get rid of that IBF cooldown, they basically have nothing left. So that sheer damage and pressure is a big, big deal. But right now, we need to see Chaz try to get some mana back. Caught in that full cyclone. Raikou under lots of pressure with only one ice block remaining. Full kidney onto Zeepai right now. Touch death committed here with the leg sweep as well. Could be a lot of damage coming in soon.
Yeah, this is going to be a race to the finish. Raikou gets chunked by the touch of death, but he does have access to one more ice block. Zeepai also, as you say, the healing is reduced for that Death Knight. He's going to be the kill target for Method Black for the rest of this game. It's a question of can Chaz keep Raikou alive long enough for them to find that kill. Smoke Bomb comes in, defensive, offensive, everything you could want from a Smoke Bomb. Was with a great play. He's also taking a bit of damage. Chaz has his work cut out for him, but Zeepai, honestly, he's doing a fantastic job. He's rotating through his cooldowns. They still have the anti-magic zone as an emergency, and Method Black, all three of the members are feeling the pressure.
Wildcard Gaming getting aggressive on a Chaz with that grip. Asphyxiate's down there, making him run away. All three members of Method Black are dying right now. Defensive cooldowns are running out. Mana is so low. Lots of damage still on Raikou, trying to kite away. Needs to maybe use the ice block. Good Iron Bark overgrowth traded out there. Zeepai under lots of pressure, trying to trick it offensively to keep the damage rolling here. Waz caught in that disarm. Blizzo keeping the pressure on Waz. Right now, all that matters is keeping as much pressure as possible on Method Black for Wildcard Gaming.
Yeah, Zeepai dropping very low, but it's all about this kill. They can potentially get it. Chaz gets caught out. This is a full stun. Out of form. The anti-magic zone used aggressively. The grip back in. Are they able to find it? Looney is not triggering this polymorph. Zeepai is also in trouble. Zeepai could fall here. The blind triggered a DR Sheep snagged. Zeepai also in so much trouble.
Wow, barely living there, trading out that Battlemaster anti-magic shell there. Great job by Looney not panicking. That must have been a crazy communication right there. Waz grips them behind the pillar, has that evasion up almost over. Waz in so much trouble right now. Tries to step away, stuck in the chains of ice. Chaz, no cooldowns, no mana remaining. DR bash out. Right now, Zeepai still so low. Full kidney on Zeepai right now. Let's give the end. Full counterspell to Looney.
It's not over yet though. The Maledicts, Blizzo's been doing work in the backlines. They're chasing Chaz. He has no mana left. They're looking for another cross kill here, but the peels are coming in. They use the map, and Method Black will most likely tie up the series here.
I thought we were going to have 2 cross kills in one series. One match point, and the gates are now open.
Okay, Wildcard Gaming choosing to lead with that Windwalker Death Knight. Actually, Zeepai swapping to that Frost specialization, realizing they had a little more success with that last game. Since they had the counter pick, they were allowed to pick this knowingly that they were going to fight the same Mage Rogue matchup here. Slow start to the game so far. Blizzo getting full sap by Waz, looking to maybe get an opener here. Swaps the sap to Zeepai, full kidney onto Blizzo right now, trying to get aggressive here. Bash onto Looney, looking for the Cyclone. Chaz, does he get it? Bring a piece. Good job by Blizzo denying that setup there. Full Sheep lands though. Ray of Frost being used there. Blizzo trying to kite away.
Yeah, Blizzo kiting away in the early stages of this game, and I think the Frost Death Knight is something interesting that we should talk about a little bit here. So a part of it is going to be the fact that the Mage Warlock is scary for the Frost Death Knight. They had full knowledge of the composition when they logged this in. The other thing is that the Frost Death Knight excels on the smaller maps. Now, Raikou doesn't have much space to work with, meaning that Zeepai will have uptime to work with that Delirium, to work with that Heart Stop aura, and the lack of self-healing the Frost Death Knight brings, we're probably not going to see that come into play in this game because we're expecting it to be shorter than game 2.
Absolutely. I think the reason why Healing Stat, he keeps saying that the Frost Death Knight is bad into these Mage Lock Druid compositions is because the Death Knight gets kited consistently, has no pressure when he's not attacking anything, he doesn't make any use of those cooldown reduction auras. When you're fighting something like this, it's much better. So Blizzard under a lot of pressure there, does get the Iron Bark before this bash does land. Chaz looking to follow this up with a full Sheep, actually does land on Looney here, does not get anything out of that. Blizzo's still under so much trouble right now, does use the disarm on Waz, does fall now. Touch of Karma hasn't traded out, almost nothing left for Blizzard right now except this diffuse magic, and the CC just keeps going.
Yeah, the Touch of Karma is currently active, but they could easily burst through that, as you say. He actually almost vanished it, was with a very close play there. If he'd managed to land the vanish on that, that would have thrown things into ruckus, I think, for Wildcard Gaming's defense. They used the trinket on the blind. As it is, the trades have been relatively fair, so both sides will be reasonably happy with this in the early stages. Chaz getting caught up in the bash right now. Looney just kind of trying to stabilize. As you said, very low on cooldowns right now. They need to kind of get some counter pressure going, maybe force Method Black a little bit more defensive.
Still lots of damage coming out of Method Black here. Great triple stuns coming out from Blizzo and Zeepai. They're always ready at the time, realizing any chance they get to attack a target with that stun, they need to connect on the same guy. Kidney shot onto Blizzo does get disarmed though by Blizzo. Prince doing that good job by him trying to kite away from these Novas, knowing he's taking a lot of damage. And now Looney looking to maybe control Chaz. Actually is full mana getting bashed up right now. Is there going to be follow-up? Does use Ring of Peace there to stop that into the in-cap there. Blizzo still half HP right now.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, this map pick from Wildcard Gaming. You certainly can see that Blizzo's a little bit terrified as well, taking a fair bit of damage, but he's done a really good job kind of utilizing his portal in different positions. He's never too predictable. There's never really an opportunity for Raikou to position himself in a way that both lands the crowd control and lands the damage onto Blizzo. So really nice stuff. Chaz also playing this game much better than I think he did in game one. As I said, I was very critical of his mana bar in game one, but he's drinking early on the small map to make sure they don't fall behind as Dampening starts to build up. Blizzo once again a little bit low, but he's the one getting aggressive. Touch of Karma. They have to respect this touch of death.
Yeah, lots of damage. A great triple sweep again. Looked like Wildcard was on the back foot, but with a great grip into a triple stun, instantly turning the pressure onto Raikou right now. Does get locked out there. Chaz looking for Cyclones, trying to stop some of this damage coming out right now. Does get the offensive clone onto Blizzo right now. Is Looney looking to maybe set something up here? Kidney shot onto Blizzo, Sheep onto Zeepai. Chaz looking to do something to Looney. Great smoke bomb by Walls, denying any sort of heals at all from Looney right now. Blizzo needs to get out of here.
Yeah, Blizzo able to pull away. That was actually the Ostal's Vortex from Chaz, but it was 1 second too late. If he'd sucked him back into that bomb, would have been troubling times there for Wildcard Gaming. Probably would have had to use the Touch of Karma. Vendetta's being committed. Touch of Karma is available. Blizzo really doesn't want to hold on to that. He actually has to use it very low on health, baiting a little bit, but this is going to be a reversal of damage. Now the Storm, Earth, the Fire, the elements combining in favor of Wildcard Gaming as they look to punch back against Raikou.
Yeah, lots of damage there. That was actually a very scary situation, but cheap shot onto Looney. No follow-up available from Raikou. Shut down by Zeepai there. Chaz looking to stop some of this damage with these Cyclones here. Full kidney onto Blizzo. Will there be any CC onto Looney? It is... Raikou is always looking for the setups from either Chaz to bash Looney, Waz to maybe cheap shot him, maybe blind him. He's very reliant on his teammates to get these sheeps, and that's why they got to work together so well. Blizzo, nice at double stun there, keeping the pressure rolling onto Raikou. The mana bar looking very, very good for the team of Method Black right now compared to Wildcard Gaming here. Also looking good cooldown-wise.
Yeah, both teams kind of stable, honestly. We're going to need Dampening to separate these teams. We kind of knew that going into it. Such high-caliber teams. The European #1 versus the European #2. Very easily could be a BlizzCon final. Equally, Cloud9 could come up through that lower bracket. Really going to be watching them later today, see how they play out through the lower side. Method Black are the team looking to benefit in this situation. As we say, going deeper into Dampening is kind of where they want to be so that they can land that kill onto Blizzard, just make it harder and harder for Looney, and Chaz has done a fantastic job keeping his mana high. He's at 90% right now, meaning that he'll be able to keep his team in the fight for much, much longer. Raikou not really having a great game in terms of offense. I think on damage right now, he's certainly the lowest on the 4 DPS just because he can't really get those frostballs, or he can't make the distance that he could on Toll there.
Yeah, I just think Raikou's getting shut down so much on everything because just they're just not getting enough pressure onto Blizzo here. But right now, here comes the pressure. Disarm onto Waz there, trying to keep some damage rolling. Full blind onto Looney. Does trade out that trinket, gets the Iron Bark on this kidney shot. No smoke bomb available right now. Looney should be able to top him up if he gets some heals off here. Going for the Cyclone right now. Doesn't get it. Waz all over Looney, trying to shut him down, trying to attack more than one target right now.
Yeah, Looney actually fakes, I think, both the counter spell and the step kick there. So beautiful plays from Looney in that situation. That also meant that Waz wasn't able to get uptime, and it means that Blizzo is now much easier kiting him. He's getting the pressure from that. You can see how these little mistakes, these little plays, or outplays even from Wildcard Gaming in that situation can lead to a huge momentum swing in the game. And as Dampening starts to build up, that is super impactful on the way this outcome will. Raikou dropping low. That means they have to play defensive. Chaz isn't able to push for bash Cyclones. He had to top off his mage. He spent a lot of mana doing that, and Wildcard Gaming are completely stable.
Wildcard Gaming and choosing, instead of trying to push the kill onto Raikou, trying to force maybe an ice block, they did go for the defensive drink, which made Blizzo port back to safety. Blizzo, a big part of why people say this matchup is so hard, the Windwalker Death Knight into Mage Rogue, is because it's so based on the Monk's survivability. Blizzo this entire game is making sure that he's never overlapping huge defensive cooldowns with Looney, such as the Iron Bark and the Fortifying Brew, making sure he's using his port on cooldown, making sure he's always dispelling those poisons and trying to spam that reverse harm to get as much healing output as possible to help out Chaz, or help out Looney.
Yeah, Raikou actually used his first ice block there before the touch of death, but Method Black are committing to Looney right now. He preempted the Iron Bark himself, he's in trouble. You can see Zeepai by Blizzo, both of them full minds on defense, keeping Waz away. They use the grip, the blinding sheet, and now the leg sweep to make sure Looney's able to stabilize, hold on to that bark skin. Now they can look to get aggressive. Touch of Death is available. Raikou only has one ice block remaining, and the temporal shield was too early. Huge damage, but Chaz is free casting. He has the Iron Bark. Looks like he should be able to keep Raikou in the fight, but once again, mana looking good for Wildcard Gaming as they press on in game 3.
Good job by Chaz trading out that Iron Bark and Innervate to counter that big touch death from Blizzo, but now turning the tides here. Full kidney shot onto Blizzo. CC coming on Looney from Chaz. Blizzo porting back to safety, dispelling the poisons, making sure he's healing with no wound poison effect, in-capping Chaz on the Cyclone there, looking to get back onto Raikou here as soon as possible once the DRs are gone. Boom, there they are. They're reconnecting right now, looking to shut him down, maybe to land some kicks. We'll see.
Yeah, clean Rogue Mage gameplay, as you say. Controlling those DRs is what Method Black are so good at when it comes to their offense. Love to see them push for a Mighty Bash play on Looney. You can see both Druids have their Mighty Bash available right now. Iron Bark comes through before it, though, so that will be mitigating damage during the kidney shot. Not available for the Vendetta, though, so Vendetta is going to be a play they look for. That was the Icy Veins from Raikou, so they bait out the Iron Bark. Now they're going to look for a huge swing. Touch of Karma is going to do nothing in these stages of Dampening, and Blizzo needs to really respect that Vendetta because it's coming so soon.
This is very, very scary. This is the absolute best case scenario for Method Black here. Was looking to get that full kidney Vendetta, because since there's no Iron Bark available, it will be huge damage. But Raikou just under so much pressure right now. In cap onto Chaz there, trying to turn it around right now. There's the full kidney. Was choosing to hold the Vendetta until the next kidney shot. Unfortunate for them that they're not able to capitalize on this no Iron Bark there. Full counterspell onto Looney. Was under a lot of pressure, getting cleaved down from the Fist of Fury and the Frost Death Knight damage right now. Looking to run at Looney, trying to maybe sap him out of combat here if he gets lucky. Unfortunately, it's not. Cheap shots him behind the pillar. Unfortunately, no follow CC will be had there. Looking to maybe get that kidney shot onto Blizzo. Full offensive Cyclone from Chaz here. They really want to try to get a setup here, but it's going to be impossible to CC Looney when he's on that stun DR.
Yeah, I just feel like that it kind of fell through a little bit for Method Black there. They had counter pressure Wildcard Gaming. It forced Waz to vanish defensively. It forced Raikou defensive as well, and they just chose it wasn't the time to throw the Vendetta, and now Iron Bark's back available. They trade that out. They're staying aggressive. It is a close game, though. Blizzo, very low, does have access to the Touch of Karma, but they are also dealing a ton of damage on the side of Method Black. Chaz's mana is dwindling, both healers, in fact, as we are going to another cutthroat finish.
This is a big opening for Wildcard Gaming. Was with no evasion or Cloak of Shadows available here. Maybe could be a potential very, very big kill target right now. I'd like to see Wildcard Gaming really start attacking him here, but they want to keep keeping the pressure onto Raikou here, trying to shut him down from getting these free polymorphs off, making sure the mage is not free casting. The second Raikou starts free casting, everyone can start dying here. Blizzo porting out of the smoke bomb, ports out of the anti-magic zone. Kind of a scary situation here. Lack of cooldowns. Good disarm by Blizzo onto Waz during this Vendetta here. Blizzo trying to run back into that anti-magic zone. Iron Bark traded out from Looney. Full kidney onto Blizzo. Does pre-touch of Karma that. Great job by him there, saving so much mana and so much damage is being transferred back onto Waz.
Yeah, Zeepai definitely with the anti-magic zone a little bit. I think he was expecting the Vortex to suck Blizzo back, but he actually preemptively rolled before transcendencing, so Blizzo was an absolute... I mean, he just played that insane. He faded out, played well against the Vortex, pre-touch of Karma on the stun. Couldn't have asked for better plays from Blizzo in that situation, but he is now down on cooldowns. This is going to be a close finish. Full polymorph on Looney. He cannot trinket before the blind. Blizzo's on the run. He's in so much trouble here, Pika.
Uh-oh, caught out, porting away, rolling away. Looney is in crowd control for the next 50 years, it's going to feel like for Blizzo here. Can he top himself off with these Vivifies and reverse harms? Zeepai doing such a great job gripping Waz away, keeping that Chains of Ice up right now. Blizzo, the only cooldown remaining is this diffuse magic here. He needs to make sure that he does not get opened on by Waz behind this pillar. He could easily get soloed.
Yeah, it was such a scary situation. I really thought Blizzo was done there, but even on the small map, he finds the distance, he finds the exchange, and Zeepai is the MVP there as well, with the Chains of Ice just mitigating movement. There was no way that Method Black could find that kill. It was so close, but now it is, you can really see how close these two teams are going to be matched. 34% healing reduction on both sides. Waz dropping low, doesn't have access to the evasion for a little bit, so he's actually going to have to retreat, which is the worst time because a full counterspell just landed onto Looney. They look for the sap play there off the re-stealth. They weren't able to find it. Full Iron Bark is connected before the Mighty Bash, but Blizzo is still in trouble. Reverse magic on all of this damage. The shadow from the flurry, but he gets the touch of death, and he's looking to kill Waz.
Oh my goodness, Maldix all over Waz. Cloak of Shadow just comes back up. Full kidney onto Blizzo. Blind Sheep onto Looney with no trinket available. Blizzo porting away with the touch of Karma, realizing the kill is not ready. He needs to live for another 20 or so seconds before they get one more big damage setup that could be the end for Waz, using everything offensively. Offensive clone out from Looney onto Waz there. Great job trying to keep him low HP, trying to give his team a chance to win within the next setup.
Yeah, that was a really nice cyclone from Looney. I really feel scared for Blizzo here. I'm scared for everyone, to be honest, on the map. You can easily see Waz or Blizzo dying. You can easily see a cross kill. Once again, 40% healing reduction for the two teams to contend with. Blizzo's popping his cooldowns. He used the leg sweep. He uses the Storm, Earth, and Fire. He has no defense left, so if Waz can just keep playing this dance, he's doing such a good job in this situation. He's just waiting for kidney shot each time, waiting out the Fist of Fury. He's the one that has the lead here. Ironbark, the last line of defense, but Blizzo is falling so far behind.
Vendetta committed from Waz here. Blizzo realizing he ports away. Waz is all over with this full kidney shot. Z-Pi is nowhere to be found. Caught Power because of Raikou. Nice kick by Waz on Looney. Blizzo in so much trouble with nothing remaining. Mounting taking all over.
I do not think we could see a closer series all of the way to a Game 5. Every single game has been close thus far, but now the gates are open.
Wildcard here. Okay, they're deciding to lead with the Unholy Death Knight this time. Going back to the other composition, maybe they felt this might have been a little bit better. They literally just lost as the Frost, so it's like, okay, you know what? Let's try something different. Let's go back to something that might work. So here we go. Looking for generally the same setup. The kind of the biggest fear when you're playing with an Unholy Death Knight is just the dampening factor. Like, Rogue Mage has the ability to constantly just reset, run away. They have such a great control over the game that basically it's so hard to kill them that eventually it comes to a point where the Death Knight can't actually self-sustain anymore, and that's when the Rogue Mage starts to pull ahead as the game gets super deep into dampening.
Yeah, but there's one other thing you like to do to the script, and that's throw a wrench in it sometimes. Wildcard Gaming did this in the pre-games when they were using the Greater Pyroblast into Cloud9, and Blizzo is playing Serenity. He's going for the one-shot all-in build on this Windwalker Monk, and of course, Method Black don't know that right now. They're used to the Storm, Earth, and Fire that he's been playing the other games. Let's see if he can find some big one-shots here, because if he can catch them off guard, we can see an early kill.
Yeah, good thing to note is Blizzo every single game. So what I've seen him do is he'll play the Serenity talent when he's playing with the Unholy Death Knight because there's much more uptime available. But when he's playing with a Frost Death Knight, he will choose to play the Earth, Wind, and Fire because the mage has much less blinks and it's much harder for the mage to actually get away, much less Novas. But right now, Z-Pi under lots of fire, full kidney shot, AMS out of that stun, good clone onto Looney from Chaz there, trying to any follow-up CC, looking for it right now. Z-Pi retreating back the pillar, realizing he's in danger. Full sap out of the clone from Waz there. Great job by him keeping the pressure. Maybe will commit the Vendetta. We will see out of the sap anything to follow up. It looks like there will not be, and a Wildcard Gaming will be okay. Turning it around actually with a double XC, trying to get some pressure back onto Chaz.
Yeah, really nice plays on both sides. There was a cheeky little vanish sap there from Waz. Well played by him to find that over onto Looney. Equally, they're able to shut it down. Wildcard Gaming always adapting, always finding these like little moments where you can kind of turn the game on its head a little bit. They force the Bark Skin out. Maybe they'll revisit Chaz. It's difficult to do just because the Druid plays far away. Nice little Vortex on the edge is going to suck down both members, but actually Looney also with the mirror play, meaning that everyone is forced down onto Method Black as well. It's difficult for either of these teams to really make a nudge in the start here. Looney sitting down for a drink, just resetting his mana, playing it slow, because Wildcard Gaming, normally we would say the Rogue Mage has the advantage in the slow game, but that wasn't really the way it looked in Tolvir. It was very, very close.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And it's interesting to note here that we see Method Black trying lots of different strategies. You're actually choosing to tunnel the Death Knight instantly. Full kidney on Z-Pi. Bash clone onto Looney. Z-Pi in so much trouble. Does use that anti-magic shell with the Battle Master's Trinket. He should be able to stable himself out of this. In cap onto Raikou to deny any sort of follow-up polymorphs. Instantly trying to get the pressure back onto Chaz. And like I was saying earlier was, yeah, Method Black, usually like one game they're training the Monk, one game they're trying to swap Looney instantly, then this game they're actually attacking Z-Pi from the start of the game right now. So I'm sure they're thinking that they need to do something different, try to mix it up, and try to see what happens like you were saying.
Yeah, both these teams just playing so excellently, adapting on the fly. Z-Pi, he dropped really, really low there. Looney could have panic trinketed, he didn't. He used the cooldowns correctly, now he has trinket for the blind. So very nicely done by Wildcard Gaming, but equally Method Black, I love to see the adaptation. They're doing great in this game. The Raikou, honestly, has been under so little pressure. Normally the reason you attack the Windwalker Monk is to deny him from having good uptime, force him to kite away from your mage, but despite that, they're doing a good job. Chaz, though, sat down for a drink. It cost them the trinket, it might cost them the ice block. Raikou is being very brave here, not to trade out his immunity, but he's going to have to. They sat down for the drink, Looney denied, and Wildcard Gaming come out huge with that play.
That was a great job there. There was a beautiful mallet from the team of Wildcard Gaming. They're denying any potential healing, so Chaz would have to dispel and then try to top him, so the ice block was a great choice there. Could have been the end of the line for him there, but full kidney shot onto Blizzo. Waz realizing he needs to get on the gas pedal right now and get some damage going on these people right now. Disarm onto Waz. Blizzo diffusing the pressure here, trying to keep the pressure on Raikou. Wants to get that second ice block out of the way and give them a real chance of winning this game.
Yep, so they're swapping back to Blizzo. Blizzo is taking a fair bit of damage. They recognize, I think, that the defense is not looking great on Method Black. Blizzo is playing the game too much, and as we've seen, when Blizzo plays the game, you often end up with a character on the floor. So we're going to have second ice block potentially forced out here. There's no touch of death. Good kidney shot denying Blizzo, but he's still out for blood here. Chaz is spamming the nourishes with that innovate, so he's doing a lot of healing for free right now. But a stolen sheep is going to provide a lot of crowd control. Raikou's still on the run.
Wow, lots of damage here still onto Raikou. We notice Waz always kind of running in and out. He really wants to avoid getting cleaved with his teammate Raikou there to help Chaz's mana bar, because eventually right now mana is a very, very big factor. It allows him to play aggressive, allows him to play defensive, and gives him a cushion if things go wrong. Right now, instantly swapping back to Zebai here, trying to get some pressure rolling onto him here. I'd like to see Method Black really try to start focusing in on a target they want to get here as this damping is going to start kicking in. They want to be in a good position, giving them an opportunity to attack whoever they want to without worry.
Yeah, so we can see Looney once again, he sat down for a drink. Chaz is trying to do that, but he's getting chased around by pets, by diseases, by Looney. So many things denying him, and he said about 50% mana, which isn't ideal going into dampening. You know, we talked about it, the 80-90% regions he was able to get in games 2 and 3. He's sitting down for it once again. Waz is shutting down Looney. He misses the vortex. This is going to be a big drink for Chaz. He's able to drink right back up to full. Such a great setup by Method Black, playing excellent defense.
Method Black does blind Looney there, forcing the trinket out there. Waz almost was able to sap the trinket there, but Looney, good job by him at realizing that he needs to not get sapped there. Could have been a bad setup coming through. Now, Blizzo using that Serenity, getting the damage onto Raikou here. Chaz, full mana with almost no cooldowns to actually save him here. Looney gets kidney shot out of form right now. Full clone of Blizzo. Triple CC right now. Lots of damage on Looney. Waz vanishing, committing the DR cheap shot there into the full group. Can they get more pressure?
Yeah, that was a really clean setup from Method Black. I'd have loved to see Waz just throw the Vendetta at that one. He has so much pressure. Absolutely. Imagine if he'd used Vendetta, they could still get the kill here. This is a huge play, so clean from Method Black as they look to secure themselves in the grand final. Is the stun DR going to come off? Waz, does he have the step? He does. After that grip, there's the full kidney shot, preemptive Iron Buck, anti-magic zone. Wildcard Gaming are using everything to stay in the fight.
Waz committing to this kill, using that every man for himself. Trinket on the leg tip there. Looney in so much trouble. Iron Buck about to fall so low. Bad amounts have been used. No hots available right now. Waz all over right now. Good stun from Zebai, trying to get him away from Chaz. Running in, looking for more cyclones right now. Blizzo realizing that, trying to stop that right now. Raikou getting peeled back, locked out on anything. Looney, great job surviving. That was so close.
Yeah, my heart's beating. I cannot imagine what Looney's is like. Excellent defense from Wildcard Gaming. Such a close call, but Method Black, they will catch you off guard. That was so clean from all the members, and they almost managed to find that early kill here in the game. Now Zebai, once again, they go over, deny the drink from Chaz. He did have to play reasonably aggressive. Zebai, the kill target and dampening more than likely here, but because of all that offense, Raikou has been able to stabilize. Chaz's mana's looking good. They're trying to get it back, turn the tables a little bit here. Wildcard Gaming want and need to bring this to game 5.
Yeah, Wildcard Gaming, honestly, with lots of defensive cooldowns available, after how scary that looked, I honestly think they're in a good spot right now. Zebai caught into a full kidney shot right now, trying to get some damage rolling onto the Death Knight here. Great disarm from Blizzo as he gets Cyclone there, denying Waz from keeping any pressure up right now. Iron Bar traded out from Looney there as well. Mana bar is Chaz getting a little bit lower on mana. Wildcard Gaming good on the side of that right there. Raikou will have that second ice block available in 1 minute when that cold snap is back up. Does choose to use that Frozen Orb, trying to get some damage out as much as he can. Maldish are being committed here to Raikou, trying to keep some pressure out there. Looney does get counterspelled. Chaz struggling to recover here with all his Maldics coming in.
Yeah, there's no blinks on Raikou right now. He just used his second one, and there's no kidney shot available, so I'd love to see Blizzo just go for it. Serenity, Touch of Death, try force out their second ice block, because if you can, then it's going to be looking fantastic for Wildcard Gaming as Dampening continues to stack, but instead, he's holding onto it. He wants to find an opportunity. If they can find an ice block and then commit into the hypothermia, that's the ideal scenario, but it is difficult to do. They're looking for it. Raikou dropping low. Iron Bark to answer. Chaz's mana's low. Looney trades out Trinket for blind. So much going on between these two teams as we're 20% dampening, and now the damage really starts adding up.
Blizzo does decide to throw that Touch of Death out there, trying to get some pressure. Waz drops the Smoke Bomb onto Zebai. IBF and Anti-Magic Zone have been used. Basher onto Looney, potential CC out of that. It looks like there will not be any. Waz committing there. There's so much damage. Her Maldics are flying in onto the Zebai. This is a very scary situation. There are no defensive cooldowns left for Zebai. Looney has no Iron Bark available. Raikou is free casting in the face of Wildcard Gaming right now. This is very bad.
Yeah, this is looking so good for Method Black. Zebai is on his last lines of defense. He has nothing left. Cyclones coming. coming in. The Ring of Peace denying the recyclone. Nice play from Blizzo, but the kid needs to follow up. Clean plays on both sides. Raikou gets kicked, blocks at 1%, but this is not over for Method Black. They have so much pressure. It's going to be almost impossible to top off Zeepai.
Everyone going all in here. Zeepai with that Battle Masters and Ironbark on him right now. Still so much trouble. The DRs are falling off. Disarm onto Waz, trying to slow down this next setup here. Blizzo caught into a full Cyclone. No help at all for his teammates right now. Waz gets cloned behind the pillar. This could be a potential swap to Waz here if they maybe get the option to. Does go for the Bash there, trying to keep the pressure up here. Chaz and Looney both so low on mana with no innervates available.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like Waz was maybe going for a step kick there, but I think Zeepai actually stole a Cyclone and was able to land that onto Waz, shutting him down. And because they've survived this, suddenly the game, it's like a coin flip, constantly back and forth between these two teams. Raikou now, one ice block remaining, sorry. The Ironbark comes in early from Chaz, but he's low on mana. Looney's low on mana. We're at almost 30% healing reduction as the tournament lives for these teams. You know, they're both in the upper bracket, they're both doing good, but winning this would secure grand finals for Method Black. It would bring us to Game 5 of the series for Wildcard Gaming. Raikou stable on health, but Chaz is running out of time here. They need to find this kill on Zeepai.
Huge triple CC onto Wildcard Gaming from Method Black here, trying to keep the damage onto Zeepai right now. Raikou trading out that icy mage as well. Vendetta is coming up in 10 seconds for Waz. They're looking for a huge next kidney shot here. Chaz caught up into that bash right now. Looney using that innervate right now, keeping his team offensive right now. Very, very important right now. The cooldowns are almost completely gone right now from Method Black. This is a very good situation right here. Zeepai is caught in that kidney. Waz using that evasion right there, a little preemptive. Waz is now a very big kill target if they want to hit him right now.
Yeah, the evasion might have been a little early there from Waz. He needs to be careful. Raikou has no ice blocks. Both players in so much trouble. The anti-magic zone, they grip him back in. Zeepai's able to stand inside that. The protection from the Vendetta, but he's still dropping so low. Wildcard Gaming need to be careful. They need to keep the heals going for just a little bit longer. Looney has his trinket available, but that means blind is also available. I'd love to see him just trinket trinkets. He needs to keep his DK in the fight. DR blind. Waz is pushing for the kill. Does he have enough Vanish? Garrod, do they have the polymorph? It doesn't look like it just yet. Even the Vivify is coming in, but it will not be enough. Method Black go through to the grand finals.
Ladies and gentlemen, Method Black's going to be able to do it. They do get that spot in the grand final, and we also got to think about how big this is for our top teams right now as we see the final moments of this game get played out. Wildcard Gaming now drop to the lower side of the bracket. This is the
Up with the burly, brawny bear. What is he going to get done here in game number 1? Of course, Unitas, they're anticipating that most of their opponents are overconfident. Perhaps the Gosu Crew, this could be something that Unitas Blue exploit.
Yeah, well, the Gosu Crew, I know this is something they've been practicing quite a bit, and it's a little bit of a surprise for most of the teams going up against them at BlizzCon. Playing against the Guardian Druid isn't something a lot of teams have preparation for. Greater Power Blast flying in. It's big damage on Chun-Li. They need to be careful. That's the one thing about the Fire Mage. That Greater Pyroblast will be able to shred through anything, including a Guardian Druid.
All right, looks like Aiden is the target here for the Gosu Crew. Now switching to Josita Jones, trying to catch Unitas Blue off guard in the initial round, but Josito blocks it entirely. Now the Gosu Crew, what have they burned amidst this initial assault? Only an Ironbark. Neither team significantly behind at this point in time, but the Gosu Crew constantly switching targets and trying to catch Shadow off guard.
Yeah, we'll see. Kidney shot onto Goreki as they try to make a swap, but unfortunately, Josita Jones just is not there to assist in any damage. Josita has been left alone, crowd controlling up Chun-Li, but it's still Goreki who's in a little bit of trouble. The bark skin does land, and that should keep him nice and healthy. If Josita Jones could get in line of sight, and he manages to do so. Goreki, a bit of panic mode there, forced to trade out the Ironbark in order to survive, but I think he's going to manage to get away.
Nice attempt by Unitas Blue going after the healer. We saw them do that in their first series of the day, taking down Oxygen, looking to take down Goreki as well, but Goreki denies it. Now Thugonomics and Chun-Li are going to have a lot more free reign towards Josita Jones. Still looking to see the paralysis Touch of Death combo from Chun-Li. He's held Touch of Death in his back pocket, which is his most powerful spell, his most hard-hitting attack, and he is waiting for the perfect moment to unleash it. Now Transcendency back to switch to Aiden. Aiden's Gliders Medallion out of the way. He could be a susceptible target to death in the near future. Big damage.
Yeah, one Greater Power Blast lands. The second is line of sighted. Chun-Li into a kidney shot as big damage is coming in. Now Sid, I don't know too much about Guardian Druids, but could you talk to us a little bit about what makes them so strong?
right now, it's basically they're a little bear blender. Anybody in melee range is going to be shredded apart by Thrash in particular. So Hosita Jones and Aiden need to make sure that they are not standing near each other. If they are, then Thugonomic's damage will be maximized, and it will be difficult for Shadow to recover. Now, Shadow, smartly so, knows that this could be a long game against a tank specialization, so he took some time to sneak away from the battle, drink and regenerate back to full mana so that they can extend the match. This is definitely a strategy challenge for Unitas Blue. Aiden in trouble. Big push there by the Gosu Crew. Going to be netting themselves a blessing of sacrifice. Shadow went aggressive in that push, but now they're looking to capitalize on the time that they've got with Gorecki and Apolli. Not able to get a continuous chain though, and as a result of that dropped chain, Gorecki recovers easily.
Yeah, Chun-Li will manage to survive. Thugonomics even throwing in some heals. Grapple weapon over onto Aiden to try to slow down just a little bit of damage, but it's dangerous. If the Gosu Crew, they continue to just go after Aiden in this matchup, and Hosita Jones can keep throwing out these greater power blasts, that damage definitely starts adding up really quickly. Full blind trading out for Gorecki's trinket. There might be an opportunity for Unitas Blue to go after Gorecki here. They just need to make sure they get crowd control on Thugonomics so we can't back them up.
All right, Aiden stunned up once again here by the Gosu Crew, really hammering down, forcing Shadow's hand. Avenging Wrath, another significant cooldown forced out by Greater Pyro Blast, selected by the Fire Mage of Hosita Jones. Perfect for taking down a high health target like a Guardian Druid. And now that Hosita Jones is free casting in the back line, this could be dangerous. Chun-Li line of sighting him. Hosita Jones unable to find it, looking for another Greater Pyro Blast, a very long casted spell, but it hits really hard when you can get one off. One connecting onto Chun-Li, breaking up the second with a paralysis. But I'm not sure if they'll be able to stay on Aiden this long if Hosita Jones is able to find multiple in the future.
Yeah, Hammer of Justice on Gorecki. Unfortunately, no follow-up crowd control by Hosita Jones. He's just positioned too far away to really back him up. And I feel like Unitas Blue, with the strategy they're implementing, they're trying to bring the game to the distance, essentially. They need a little bit more dampening in order to take down the Gosu Crew. This composition that they brought is incredibly durable with great consistent damage. Doesn't have the most burst, but if the Gosu Crew can just hold on, keep putting out massive damage, they can actually get Shadow out of mana quite easily.
Another attempt onto Gorecki. No Gliders Medallion. He will not be able to escape any stuns. Thugonomics is trying to disrupt and support, but denied by Aiden. Gorecki survives the stun lock, escaping with a Swift Mend, looking for an aggressive crowd control play, cycloning the Paladin, opening his team up for an opportunity to burst down Aiden, but not enough damage to do so. Shadow quickly recovering. Now the Gosu Crew reprioritizing onto Hosita, realizing that Greater Pyroblast is likely the greatest threat. They need to look to deny it as frequently as possible, so targeting him down is going to be a good idea, but they're letting multiple Greater Pyroblasts go off right now. 2 in a row. Dangerous for Gorecki, but Hosito's overextended as well. He's trying to go all in for the kill despite being such low health. Blessing of Sacrifice allowing him to do so. Can they stay on target?
Wow, Gorecki manages to hold on despite Hosita getting 2 Greater Pyroblasts landed on him. That's actually quite miraculous. And now Unitas Blue, they're falling apart. Shadow needs to top off his team, but Dampening is just ramping up. He should be able to do so. The pressure from the Gosu Crew is immense right now. Shadow definitely has his work cut out for him. Greater Pyroblast once again flying in from Hosita Jones. Can he get the second? Does get shut down there by Thugonomics. Nice job.
Gorecki swapped 2 again, and Shadow is there to support. It's going to be a lot of damage. They need to rely on that Bark Skin. And it looks like with the support of Thugonomics, Gorecki will survive another attempt on his life. The Gosu Crew currently with a massive mana lead moving into Dampening. I would say that it is looking good for them. Chun-Li still sitting with that touch of death, just waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Gorecki jumping over, stunning Hosito, trying to buy time for his team to catch up and get on the target. Demoralizing roar for a moment to crowd control Aiden and Hosito. Aiden looking for another swap, catching Gorecki out of bear farm. Thugonomics is crowd control. He can't assist. Chun-Li doing his best, spelling off the poisons of the Assassination Rogue. Fists of Fury holding Aiden at bay. Now Gorecki, he's getting into the fight, tossing up a little bit of extra damage on that Feral Affinity, trying to really push the pressure onto Shadow and continue their mana lead.
I feel like at this point, Shadow needs to try to sneak away and get a drink, but there's just too much pressure on Aiden. He's caught a stun. Blessing of Protection does manage to keep him alive. Good job there by Shadow, not completely dipping out of the situation. But like I said, Shadow, at some point in this game, he's going to have to sneak away and go for a drink. I think Gorecki realizes he needs to as well. This could easily come down to a mana game, Sid.
All right, we see Touch of Death available, and Aiden is on Forbearance, so Chun-Li sees that opportunity. This could easily be the end of the game. Shadow, he's going to use Divine Shield to break crowd control, but he may not be able to heal it. That is a one-hit KO. Chun-Li found the perfect moment and immediately took it.
Gosu Crew can lead 2-0.
All right, even though the Gosu Crew are a beefy tank composition, they still have the spear of Chun-Li that can pierce through the heavens basically with an insane amount of damage, killing Aiden from 60% health down. We got some entertainment on the BlizzCon stage. The Gosu Crew showing that they ain't even sweating.
Yeah, well, we'll see. They're still going up against Unitas Blue. We saw earlier on in the day, this is a very good team, this composition as well, especially with the greater Pyroblast. They can find holes in the Gosu Crew's defense, and they can easily take someone down. It's just about capitalizing on those opportunities. The Gosu Crew needs to make sure they're not making any mistakes.
All right, let's see how they're going to start this off. Greater Pyroblast connects once on the Chun-Li. He's going to use Ring of Peace to bounce Hosita back into his face, but now Aiden pulling back and switching to Chun-Li, trying to catch him off guard with a Meteor Pyro Burst, but not enough damage to do so. Gorecki getting into the fight, showing that he is willing to get aggressive. Just a bit of a disrespectful play as he could be punished out in midfield. Aiden looks to punish that right now, getting Rupture up, looking to maximize his damage. Gorecki doesn't even seem to care. He's just going to be standing right on top of Hosita Jones, basically 3 damage dealers of the Gosu Crew, trying to take him down. Nice Ursul's Vortex point Hosita Jones back into the fight, but finally some punishment for Gorecki's offensive plays as Aiden stuns him up, although stalled by Thugonomics. Gorecki now with a quick recovery.
And that's the thing, as long as Gorecki is near Thugonomics, Thugonomics is going to be able to help him take less damage and also heal him up. So I like this offensive push from the Gosu Crew. Hosita Jones taking a lot more damage in this game, and you can tell the Gosu Crew, they're getting comfortable and they're willing to get a little bit more aggressive.
All right, let's see how long Hosita Jones can deal with the triple threat punishment of the Gosu Crew. Touch of Death activated very early this game from Chun-Li. That's what killed Aiden so suddenly in game 1. He's going to use Vanish to prevent its damage. A smart decision, respecting it. Now swapping big damage over onto Gorecki, stunned on his trinket. Beautifully done by Unitas Blue. Can they close it out though is the question. Iron Bark active, Gorecki tanking himself back up. Ring of Peace, but Aiden Shadow steps over it to connect. They stun Aiden, they bop it. They're going all or nothing to take him down. Gorecki has to die on this push from Unitas Blue. They've committed so much at this point, but Gorecki refusing to die.
Yeah, the overgrowth will keep Gorecki alive. Beautiful heads-up play by the Gosu Crew. That was such a nice attempt by Unitas Blue. It almost worked, but the Gosu Crew, they did not panic and they managed to hold on.
All right, let's see if they can keep it going here. They committed Blessing of Protection to that assault, which means the next time Touch of Death is available, it may not be there to save Aiden or Hosita Jones. The Gosu Crew looking solid. Aiden stunning up Chun-Li. Thugonomics in the Ring of Frost as Unitas Blue look to just press pause on the match and allow Shadow to drink. Gorecki sees that Shadow is trying to drink, so he's moving over to deny it, stopping the mana regeneration, but walking into crowd control, which could be an opportunity as they are going to strike on Gorecki. He's not bark skinning this attempt. I think it was a wise decision. Hosita Jones wasn't there to back up with damage, so Gorecki will hold on to that valuable defensive cooldown for the next attack. Thugonomics charging over to support Gorecki. Gorecki jumping to the opposite side to escape Aiden. Shadow crowd controlled, Aiden isolated. How is Shadow going to deal with this attack? Looks like they've left Hosita open though, getting multiple greater pyros potentially from the left-hand side. Looking to connect those for the kill potentially onto Chun-Li. 1 greater pyro, 2 greater pyros going to connect. Gorecki repositioning to heal through that potential burst. Managing to recover. Aiden now moving in on Gorecki, trying to spread apart as we are only a minute and a half away from Dampening. Now, Touch of Death available in 4 seconds, that red icon below Chun-Li's health. When that starts glowing, you know someone's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, definitely, and it could be Aiden. He trades out the feint, but he's still low. Shadow needs to top him off, and really quickly, there is an evasion available. He doesn't want to throw away the game. He's getting lower. Battlemaster trades, but the damage from the Gosu Crew is absolutely insane.
Whoa!
You can see he's still low. Shadow trades out his ultimate sacrifice to keep him alive. Big defensive cooldowns committed by Unitas Blue. I can't believe how much damage the Gosu Crew is able to put out.
All right, Hosita Jones being pressured once again, stunned up by Gorecki, adding a lot of support to the team. Shadow's got Avenging Wrath. Will that be enough to heal through the damage of the Gosu Crew? This oddball composition working wonders for them so far in the competition. Shadow cycloned up, Aiden stunned. Beautiful crowd control by the Gosu Crew as they continue it. Now switching targets, trying to shut down the greater Pyroblast as Shadow looks to recover Aiden, but he's left Hosita. The team is spread out. Shadow's doing his best to heal a multiple pronged attack at this point. Gorecki adding a ton of damage. 30 seconds away from Dampening. Significant mana lead. I would say that it's looking better and better for the Gosu Crew.
Yeah, but Chun-Li's got the Touch of Death. Is he going to commit it? Not just yet, but Aiden, he's got no defensive cooldowns left. If Chun-Li can catch him in a leg sweep, I really expect the Gosu Crew to go all in about 30 seconds when that stun is available for Chun-Li, but they're pushing. They're getting the pressure rolling. Shadow lands a hammer of justice on Gorecki. Unitas Blue looking to reverse the pressure, but there is no damage available. The Gosu Crew just tearing them apart. Aiden getting lower. Hazita Jones falling apart. Shadow in complete panic mode. Does manage to find some heals and keep his team alive.
That was almost looking like a double kill for the Gosu Crew. Maybe just a singular for Hazita Jones, stunned up by Gorecki. Gorecki adding a ton of damage. We've seen him throughout the entire year utilizing that feral affinity. I would say is at the forefront of it for 2019, and now getting to showcase it here on the BlizzCon stage as well. Often referred to as cat weaving for the Restoration Druids. Stunned up, no touch of death committed just yet. Chun-Li holding that in his back pocket, looking to erase the target in the near future, and the longer that he holds it, the bigger a threat it's going to be deeper into Dampening. Unitas Blue are reluctant to push forward. Respecting it, Touch of Death is now active. What is going to be the response? Blessing of Protection to remove it. An immediate trade by Unitas Blue. The next time that it's up, they may not have that cooldown to trade again.
Yeah, that was a good play by Chun-Li. He wanted to go after Aiden, but he realized the Touch of Karma was up. Or sorry, the Blessing of Protection was up, so he was able to deny the Touch of Death. So he traded out on Hazita Jones, got that cooldown out of the way, and now the Gosu Crew, another cooldown has been traded out for Unitas Blue, which means they are one step closer to closing out the game. Hazita Jones hovering around 40% health, but Thugonomics and Chun-Li, they're continuing their pressure. They're really taxing Shadow's mana with this strategy, going after Aiden, going after Hazita Jones. He doesn't know who he needs to top off, and now Gorecki pushes forward, gets the ice block. At the same time, a huge heal from Shadow lands. A bit unfortunate for Unitas Blue, but that was a nice defensive push by the Gosu Crew.
Great coordination by the Gosu Crew. And this composition that came out of absolutely nowhere is doing wonders for them at the BlizzCon Finals. Can it get a deep run all the way to the Grand Finals to meet Method Black, who are awaiting in the wings for the final match of the day? We will have a world champion here at BlizzCon. Hazita interrupted here by Chun-Li, still targeted down. Double leg sweep. This could be devastating cleave damage. Thugonomics ripping in. Two members dangerously low, and Shadow, what's he gonna do? He's almost completely out of mana. Hazita Jones blinking with a Ring of Frost to trap multiple targets. Greater Pyroblast coming in. Hazita looking to slap back onto Gorecki. Huge connect. Barkskin may not be enough. Gorecki barely staying alive throughout that assault. Once again, surviving another swap.
Yeah, the Battlemasters trades out. Gorecki looking for crowd control. They're looking to close out the game, pushing in. Hazita Jones, 50% health. Shadow, really not too many cooldowns left to work with. He does have the ultimate sacrifice. Unitas Blue at least has one lifeline available. The Gosu Crew, they've been in control of this game from start to finish.
All right, Greater Pyroblast going to be a big threat here. Hazita Jones has to carry the team with this spell. It's the only spell that can penetrate the defense of the Gosu Crew's composition. Aiden is having a difficult time getting on target. Thugonomics and Chun-Li all over him. He needs Hazita Jones' Greater Pyroblast to force them away, but Chun-Li's going to Touch of Karma and redirect the damage over onto Aiden, going for an all-in. Aiden could be in a lot of trouble, though, as he's trying to push for some pressure. Blessing of Protection is traded out. That's going to fade, and guess what? Touch of Death that erased Aiden from 50% health is available. There's nothing other than Vanish, so Aiden will need to save this Vanish. He can't use it to sap. Vanish, he needs to vanish it. If he disrespects this, he will get absolutely erased. He gets bashed up, he can't do it. They're relying on the sacrifice instead, but now it's redirected the Touch of Death to the Paladin, so Shadow will have to heal himself through a gigantic damage over time effect. Two targets under pressure. Gorecki's trying to finish Shadow by himself around the corner. Hazita Jones lining up some pyros. Shadow doing a phenomenal job to heal through this pressure, but now that he's tapped on mana, how much longer can he keep it up?
Yeah, Gorecki does trade out his trinket on the blind, and now there's an opportunity for Unitas to go all in once again. Combustion's coming up in around 50 seconds, or 25 seconds. If Unitas Blue can just hold on a little bit longer, but unfortunately Shadow, he's got no mana left. The Gosu Crew, their pressure's been too high all game. Hazita Jones in a lot of trouble, still no ice block available for another minute and a half. Can they hold on long enough? Shadow might be able to get out of combat and go for a drink. Chun-Li tries to deny, but beautiful polymorph coming in from Hazita Jones might just buy his team enough time.
Aiden trying to stop Gorecki from denying Shadow's drink. Shadow is regenerating mana. That blue bar, he needs that to cast healing spells. He just got 50%. That's going to increase the lifeline for Unitas Blue to find a kill, and I can't help but feel that their only option is going to be Gorecki. Maybe a smoke bomb on Chun-Li, but if Thugonomics is there to back him up, I don't think he's going to go down. Gorecki jumping in, signing up Hazita. Hazita going to break that, trying to counter pressure Chun-Li and keep him away. Aiden stunned by Thugonomics. The coordination in terms of both offense and defense from the Gosu Crew has been great. Obviously, Gorecki's practice and time spent on that feral affinity is paying off here at BlizzCon.
Yeah, definitely. I want to see Hazita Jones get a double Dragon's Breath on Thugonomics and Chun-Li, and they go all in onto Gorecki while the DPS are controlled up. I think Unitas Blue at this point, that's really their only winning strategy, but the Gosu Crew, they're still riding that momentum. Shadow was able to drink, and that does put him in a decent spot in this match, but Gorecki still leading. Leg sweep now on Hazita Jones. Cyclone onto Shadow. The Gosu Crew looking to close out the game. Hazita Jones, 20 seconds left on that ice block. He needs to hold on just a little bit longer. Hammer of Justice, as you can see. Unitas Blue, they're looking to get aggressive. Divine Shield tries out. Hazita Jones, he has the cheat death, but the damage, it might be too much. Chun-Li trying to take him down. He barely holds on for the ultimate sacrifice, and Unitas
touch of death
by a thread.
Chun-Li's going after Shadow. He knows he doesn't have Divine Shield. That touch of death is going to be massive. Aiden holds Chun-Li at bay. Shadow barely, big touch of death. That was 70% of his health on one attack, but he manages to escape. Great teamwork from Aiden to deal with that. Chun-Li trying to capitalize and close it out, but not able to find the kill, and now potentially going to be held as a liable kill target for Unitas Blue. Shadow playing out of his mind to keep this game going as long as he has so far. Gorecki getting sniped there by a Flame Strike, denying the drink. Shadow moving in for a Hammer of Justice. Gorecki running away from him, playing Ring Around the Rosy to avoid crowd control. Now Gorecki may get the stun. Consecration, Gorecki dodges it. Avoiding it. Hosea Jones is just getting crushed by damage. Chun-Li and Thugonomics are just owning with pressure. Ice Block is forced out. Shadow has burned that 50% mana that he drank earlier on. Gorecki still has a lot left. Aiden is desperate. What is he going to do? There's Touch of Karma for Chun-Li. There's Gladiator's Medallion for Gorecki. They need a miracle at this point. This might just be their last chance.
Yeah, it might just be, but Thugonomics is there to back up Gorecki. It would be a throw at this point. Gorecki has the bark skin, does manage to get out of line of sight, and things are looking good for the Gosu Crew. That was their all-in. Aiden getting lower. He's caught into a stun. Shadow, almost no mana, no cooldowns. Evasion is the last thing keeping Aiden alive. Shadow needs to try to find some heals, but a beautiful interrupt from Thugonomics does deny. Cloak of Shadows trades, and Aiden does manage to survive. Unitas Blue, they're running out of lifelines quick, Sid.
All right, Touch of Death up in 33 seconds. Shadow likely to have a Blessed Protection. Greater Pyro's flying in. He's going to Touch of Karma. That's a big redirected amount of damage onto Aiden. He's going to use Battle Masters to catch some extra health, but Thugonomics is all over him. Chun-Li charging over. Shadow has absolutely no mana left. 10 seconds on that Blessing of Sacrifice. 9 seconds away. Shadow trying to buy it. He gets a big Holy Light, but at 43% damage, not too big. Touch of... Oh, interesting play, actually, switching to Thugonomics with the Smoke Bomb. Aiden Shadow stepping out, realizing he can't afford to take any damage as they just buy time and wait for cooldowns to recover. Thugonomics is finally taking some pressure. Perhaps he is ultimately going to be the target, but this is looking more like a triple kill for the Gosu Crew in the imminent future. Shadow uses Blessing of Protection, denies the kill, but now Hazita in trouble, trying to counter pressure at the same time. Thugonomics may have overstayed his welcome.
Yeah, definitely nice stun there by Gorecki, denying the Greater Power Blast, but he has some work to do. Thugonomics finally getting low, but all three members of Unitas Blue are falling behind, and Shadow is completely tapped on mana. Thugonomics realizes if he can just hold on a little bit longer, Chun-Li will be able to close out the game by himself. Now the Gosu Crew, they need to not throw away this game. Vendetta is pulled out, but Shadow, Aiden, Hazita Jones, there's just nothing left for them, and there's zero mana for Shadow to work with. This is such a terrible situation, but they're going for it. Can they take down Thugonomics? It would be an absolute miracle. Unfortunately not. Hazita Jones does fall, and the Gosu Crew, they're looking really good, up 2-0 in the series.
They really do look fantastic, but
from advancing in the lower bracket and eliminating Unitas Blue from the competition, an entire year's worth of effort. Unitas Blue have to reverse 3 games in a row against a composition that looks unbreakable.
It definitely does. Unitas Blue, they need to find an opening against the Gosu Crew. Who is it going to be? Gorecki, Thugonomics, Chun-Li. I feel like what looked best was going after that Restoration Druid. Aiden early on getting a sap. Hazita Jones trying to set up a Greater Power Blast, but it gets denied by Gorecki into a Dragon's Breath. Hazita Jones gets stopped. Just such high-level play from both these teams.
All right, good start here at least. Crowd control and Thugonomics. Gorecki the target. Bark Skin needs to be enough, and it looks like it's going to be for now. Greater Pyro Blast being casted. Who is that going to be on from Josito? Potentially a swap, maybe not. 1, 2. Oh! Big connect from that Pyro. Gorecki ducks around the corner, quickly trying to recover, but they're going all in with the Gladiator's Maledicts. Thugonomics looks to block the attack, getting right on Hazita Jones immediately. Gorecki trying to jump to safety. Aiden is just gunning down for him. You don't want to disrespect Unitas Blue too much here in Game 3.
Yeah, Gorecki caught into a kidney shot, but he was able to get off in bear form, so he should be completely fine in this situation. Iron Bark available as well. It's going to make him exceptionally durable Unitas Blue still looking to push forward, but this is looking a lot better for Unitas Blue. In the last game, we saw the Gosu Crew have most of the momentum in their favor, but Unitas Blue are looking to find some openings. Finally, a little bit of damage rolling for the Gosu Crew as Hazita Jones is getting low.
All right, big burst here by the Gosu Crew. Shadow looking to block it, doing a great job so far. Double Dragon's Breath Polymorph. Thugonomics needs to support Gorecki, but he gets polymorphed on his off heals in support and counterspelled. Beautiful punish by Hazita Jones. If they can do that multiple times, I do see potential to take down Gorecki. They may even just be able to overwhelm him. He's struggling here out in midfield with only Barkskin looking to get away. Crowd control Shadow. Greater Pyro though, he's disrespecting the Pyros from downstairs. Gorecki ducks for cover. Aiden just outright dies. The Gosu Crew clean it up with huge pressure. 3-0.
The Gosu Crew going to be able to send them to the Shadowlands.